Hey girls, load the spaceship again. Me and the girls on a mission to Mars. They say I remind them of that dude from the moving they laws. Me and the girls on a mission to Mars. They say I remind them of that dude from the moving they laws. Only thing about Lars, he ain't got these scars. Only thing about Lars, he ain't got these bars. Only thing about Lars, he tried to kill his gal. Only thing about Lars, he can't live in my well. WMI check, I'ma give my damn respect. Kick the dough off the hinges, cause they tried to stack the dick. I'd rather slang an XY Colo than slanging a bolo. Got one rule in this life, chase your dreams and go YOLO. If you don't chase your dreams, you look back and go, oh no. Told me not to get a dog, turned around and got photo. That's why Thana love my draws, I'm the black Han Solo. That's why Thana love my draws, I'm the black Han Solo. Human girls wanna get with me first, they gotta pass the scent test. They wanna jack up, but they never pass the rent test. They say they Betty Crocker, but ain't none of them no princess. You better check again, you must don't know I passed the sample test. Get a companion dog, I guarantee it's gon' prevent it. Split it, feel it, roll it, smoking. My girls can pass a hip test. Learn the Mac game back in the day, that's when I passed the pimp test. Making these money, pimp hoes and style, must don't know I'm from Memphis. Me and the girls on a mission to Mars. They say I remind them of that dude from the moving they laws. Me and the girls on a mission to Mars. They say I remind them of that dude from the moving they laws. Only thing about Lars, he ain't got these scars. Only thing about Lars, he ain't got these bars. Only thing about Lars, he tried to kill his gal. Only thing about Lars, he can't live in my well.
Yeah, what up, what up, what up? It's your boy, Jedi King Hefner and the beautiful Eyes on the Moon, and we're back again for another episode of the Dog King Power Hour. And the title of this episode is The Dog Game. The Dog Game. And what do I mean by that? We'll get to that right about now. As you can see, I'm going live with my intro once again, having a few technical difficulties, but the show must go on. So whenever you see my music first, just know that I couldn't get my intro loaded. That's what I've been telling people. But with all that said, I actually do like playing the music first anyway, so it gets me a little hype, get me ready for the day. And we're coming a lot earlier than normal. So I definitely want to appreciate everybody that's actually here. For everybody that sees it a little later, that's used to the show coming on about an hour later. I'm sorry, but we sort of had to push it up for today because of just some extenuating circumstances surrounding the show. But nevertheless, glad we're here. Glad we're going head to head with Mayor Christian Mayor. I don't give a, hey, look, what up, Mayor? Yeah, I don't give a damn that you call yourself with your morning show right now, baby. I take my 2 viewers up against your 680 or whatever the hell you got, baby. What's up, Mayor? Yeah, we up in this jump fighting, baby. We don't give a damn. Look, we ain't backing down from you, First Take, Skip Bayless, whoever. Even though both those shows out. But yeah, we don't give a damn who on. We coming at you, baby. Dog King in the Dog King in the house, baby. The Dog Gang. So let me go and say my morning to the 1 or 2 people that is here. And it's Edmund. Edmund says, hey, the music is awesome for the intro. Hey, thank you, Edmund. I appreciate you. I may end up changing it, man, because I'm working on another song right now. I'm just putting it together a little bit at a time. But man, I really like the vibe of this song. I'm really loving it. So yeah, I definitely the reason I keep coming with that song in particular is I already had it queued up. So I don't have to try to get it loaded up to the computer. And at this point, I'm not really sure what it is. I don't know whether it's my computer or not, but I think I may end up having to upgrade the computer, but it's gonna work out. I'm not worried about that. Edmund says, "Get us pumped, yeah." Hey man, I'm just happy to be here, and for everybody that's tuning in, they might be like wondering what this big title about the dog game is all about. And I'm gonna be honest, it's nothing elaborate. The whole truth is, I'm just like Edmund Dante. I'm gonna put that up there since you're the only one in here with me, Edmund. But Edmund says, get us pumped. I'm gonna be honest. The whole topic of the dog game is just simply me being pumped about the dog game. But before I go further, I do want to once again, since I haven't been able to put my intros up, I still want to give another congratulations to Nicholas, my latest member of the Dog King Army. He joined during a stream a couple of streams ago. And normally I try to make a little graphic intro for the new recruits, but I haven't been able to do that. But I want to thank Nicholas for joining the squad. I definitely want to thank everybody that's still on the squad. Sheila Bell, Kevin Gray, Tom Tuttle, my guy Blue CCG, my guy Lieutenant Johnny K, my guy of course, I'm not forgetting my guy DAS. I just want to make sure I wasn't forgetting anybody else, and I think I got everybody covered. So I appreciate everybody for being on the team within the team, and I appreciate all my just regular supporters supporting in the way that you guys see best for you. But I do want to remind you, if you do ever want to donate to the show, go to my YouTube under the About, PayPal, or Cash App, or live stream. You can do super chat, super stickers, or on an individual video, you can do a super thanks. Oh, okay. So with all that said, the dog game, the whole meaning of the dog game is just simply me being excited about being in the dog game. I'm just so happy to be in this dog game, man. But before I go any further, I do want to just hit on a few lighter topics. And one is, it's funny because I was looking at a little bit of Mayor, because normally she does come on a little bit earlier when she does Mayor in the morning. But she was on a little bit later, and it's funny because I've started up a little bit earlier. And I'm so mad at Mayor because she make me mad because I'm going to be honest with you. I already said she looks great without makeup. And ever since the competition, I'm not going to say what she's doing different, but boy, she has been looking so good in the morning. I'm going to give her credit. And I think it's so, when I said I was going up against Mayor and I was just joking and laughing, even though I really am at the moment, I just think it's so funny between the difference between just a guy like me, especially on the, you know, I'm up and coming, as opposed to somebody like Mayor who's a little bit more established, but is also a female. I just always trip off the differences because I'm not down in anybody. Everybody can have different tastes for different things. I actually like watching Mayor and a lot of different other shows, but this is the truth. I don't actually always enjoy anything that they're talking about. You know, I might catch one or two things that I might like, but you know, I find myself just tuning in. You know why? Because they're not bad looking women, human women. And, you know, I might tune in to check on them and I might stay around for an extra 10 minutes, just looking, you know, just looking, not even gawking like, ooh, they so fine. But you find yourself spending more time there. Why? Because they're just a human woman and hey, they look nice. And you find yourself sort of, oh, they look nice today. And then after a while, you realize, oh, okay, I don't really want to hear this right now. And then I tune out and I might check back in to see if they're talking about something I want to hear. And I might end up, once again, because they're a human woman, you end up still hanging around for a second like, oh, okay, you know, they're not bad to look at. So I always laugh at the fact that, man, at the end of the day, a human woman always has an advantage over you when you're a male viewer. That's for damn sure. Because they have their sexiness going for them, or attractiveness, and that's why I keep telling the WNBA they need to step up their sexiness game. I don't give a damn how many dunks you see in the NBA. You can't out sexy a damn woman. I mean, they'll catch your interest just from a sexiness standpoint for a nice amount of time. And I got this written down actually. That's actually going to lead me into something else I want to talk about right before I get into the topic of the dog game. That leads me to the old case of Thana, who, if everybody has been watching my show, there's that Star Wars girl, Anna. And if you haven't been watching, there's my good friend, that Star Wars girl, Anna. She won my last vagina scent competition. Not my last one, but my first one. I call her Thana because I say she's like the Thanos of females, because she has so many things that a man likes. It's like she tried to do it on purpose. So I call her Thana. But I promise you, Thana makes me so mad. She's so frustrated. Thank you, God. Like you say, that I'm in the dog game. I'm just so thankful for the dog game. And I'm free of these clutches of the human woman. Because I'm telling you, they all can reel you in subtle ways. But the beautiful Thana, I check in on her from time to time, just on her normal show. I check in on her from time to time. And recently, I sort of wanted to get her take on the Star Wars, the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, because I finally started watching it. And it's so much on that show that pissed me off that, I might end up having to make a little stream about it. But it's so much on there that's wrong. And so I said, man, let me check in with Anna to make sure she's roasting all the things that she needs to be roasting. And I give her credit. I didn't watch every show and every minute of every review show that she did on the subject. But she was getting on a lot of the things that I wanted her to get on. I was like, okay, Anna, okay, you proven yourself to be, reputable on these things, at least. I'm happy about that. She didn't quite get everything I wanted to get, but she hit on enough subjects where I was like, okay, she headed down the right path. But let me tell you what pisses me off about Anna. It makes me laugh so hard because, once again, she reminds me of Venti because she gets away with things in her own way. Anna, no offense, I do want to get your view on Star Wars. I'm not tuning in to get your damn views, though. I'm actually tuning in to see your cute face or whatever. I'm also tuning in for that purpose. So I promise you, she be talking about bait and switch. I'm so sick of her with the bait and switch, to where you click on her video and she pull that damn RPM stuff where you don't even see her. She just hiding in the damn shadows. I be laughing so hard. I end up looking at those videos anyway a lot of times. But I be laughing because I be like, Anna, do you not realize that people are tuning in to see you? We don't want to hear your ass. Will you get your monkey butt on this damn screen? It frustrates me. So she does the same thing with her photos. Always coming on Instagram. Do y'all like this character? Do y'all like this character? Hell no, because you keep showing the damn front. Will you look around Instagram and stuff and see that people show you the back shots? And once again, don't try to tell me you're going to show me that during the calendar. You need to be showing some of these back shots on your damn Instagrams and stuff. That woman, she trips me out and frustrates me. And I was laughing at her the other day, and I'm going to get off Anna because I got to get into the dog game. But I say I got to give my little human women I like to mess with a little attention. But this is one of the last things I'm gonna get on about Anna. What I want to say about her is one more thing. There's one more thing that she does. Hold on, guys, because it slipped my mind just for a quick second. Oh! I guess nobody has told her, and maybe she's never seen the footage. I keep trying to train this woman on how to market. Now, keep in mind, she thinks she's doing good because she is making money. Hey, and look, keep in mind, she got a very successful YouTube channel. She's doing way better than me, and I'm sure her boyfriend is is probably footing a lot of bills around the house as well. So I ain't saying she doing bad. And she made me laugh because yesterday she actually did do something good where she sort of announced her merch site, and so she marketed her site a little bit better than normal. She talked about her other YouTube channels. So I do give Anna credit for that. She talked about some things she got going on. And even with the merch site, I don't even understand how to even get into that part of YouTube. So that's something I even got to learn about. So she did a good job marketing yesterday. But I'm going to say this. This is the big coup de grace for Anna. She won't listen to me. I'm going to be honest. The best thing that Anna and all these girls can really do that's trying to sell stuff. Shut the hell up about the boyfriends. Shut the hell up about the crushes. Now, if you don't want to sell anything, keep on talking. And I understand it's your life. So I'm not saying that it can't ever come up in a just conversation by happen circumstance. But I'm telling you, the girls like Anna that's trying to sell stuff, they are going to continue to sell things. Calendars, I'm not saying they're not going to, their sales are going to plummet. What I'm saying is they don't understand the sales they're missing out on. Will you shut the hell up about the boyfriend? Don't even mention these jackasses. Let them exist in their own private world. Because look, I don't want Anna. I'm cool with my girls and my dogs in this life. Now, if she walk in this house and say, here you go, I'm definitely not kicking her out. All I'm saying is I'm not after her or any of these other girls. But when I'm looking at it from a marketing standpoint, I put her in the same realm as like a superstar singer or actress that I might be attracted to. Let me like you and then fantasize. But I don't know about all the guys, but I know most guys do think somewhat to how I think. Once one of these big stars that you really like get married, have a baby, do all this, you don't look at them the same. Do they keep a fan base? Yeah. Do they keep making money? Yes. Is Beyonce still making money today? Yes. But all her stuff still took a dip when she married Jay-Z or when they go with people or when they have babies. They're going to keep their female contingency. And they're not going to lose all their male contingency. But they're going to lose a lot of them. Because I've never been a big Beyonce fan, but I'm just saying, like, even just any woman that I had a crush on before, whenever I heard they got married or a baby, I was like, oh, I don't really like them that much no more. You know, you just lose interest because they ruin the fantasy. And so every time I hear Anna, what was I listening to her on? Matter of fact, it was the stream yesterday. It had me laughing so hard because and I love Anna, but I immediately turned off just because of that. Not because I was even mad at anything. It was just because I was like, you know what? I'm proving a point to you, Anna. And not that she knew. But I was listening to her, and it was about 10 minutes into the stream, or maybe not even that long. When she was like, yeah, I was out with my boyfriend. And I said, you know what? I'm out of here. Only because, you know, when you're a regular male viewer, Anna, you got to sell the fantasy. Nobody wants to hear that. Now, everybody didn't leave that stream. A lot of people are going to hang around. They're going to chill because they do want to hear what you got to say. I've hung around many a time through it. But I always think, like, she don't understand that this ain't good marketing. I'm telling you, you may say F me, and I understand. You got to be who you are. I'm saying I would limit it a lot. Let everybody fantasize. Let them think whatever they want to think. Don't keep reminding them Now, when they get in your inbox and start getting perverted or something, then you welcome to block, remind whoever you want, hey, look, I got a man, get out of here. But look, sell your stuff. Sell the brand that is Anna. Stop reminding me of Peaches. I'm not looking for his t-shirts. I'm not saying me personally, I'm speaking as the consumer. So that's one thing I did. That's one thing I definitely had to say. Oh, and the last thing is, once again, thank you for my dogs. Because last night, thank you for my dogs once again. Because I warned you guys about the Venti report now. You know, I admit it. I actually was missing Venti during her live stream. She hadn't done it in like 6-7 days. I like, where's Venti? I'm like, oh my God. Working her magic. But this is what I said. Oh my God. Thank you, God, I ain't got to worry about this. And I'm finna get this is gonna lead me perfectly into the subject of the dog game. I said, you know what would be a real kicker is if Venti ended up pregnant. I said, man, if Venti ended up pregnant, that's going to be bad because, see, Venti, although she's a woman, she's sort of like a man, you know, from this standpoint. You know, I just say this. Unless you got kids, you're just, I mean, it's going to probably go unsaid a lot, but a man is more than likely going to prefer a woman without kids. I'm just sorry. You know? Now, if you got kids and stuff, you're going to probably be more prone to, you know, dating a woman with kids and things, you know? That, you know, not only do you probably like the family life, but hey, guess what? Now your kids can play together and things of that nature. And as a single man, I have dated women with kids before. So I'm not saying it's off the plate. But as a single man without kids, you're always going to prefer a woman of the like. And so when I hear Venti talking and things of that nature, I do just hear the tone of her voice where she doesn't want to be that type of woman that has a baby without, being married or something of that nature. And so I don't wish her to be pregnant, but I was just like, man, what if Venti was actually missing because she's pregnant? I'm like, oh my God. You talking about that would literally be the last Venti report. Because I'm gonna have to move on to I can't keep doing a Venti report, after that, because then she's gonna be pregnant. But I will let you guys know something. I have found another very interesting human woman that can give me insights on the human psyche. I have found another one because every time she drop a tweet, I'm like, man, she keeps saying things that resonates with me. I'm like, this woman on to something here. And so I said, she's going to ease her way into the Venti report anyway. But let's just say Venti did end up, this is so funny to me, with a bun in the oven. If that was the case, I would probably I don't know what I still call it the Venti report, but report on this other person. Or I might just have to change the whole name and go with that. But I do got another very interesting human woman to report on. Now, with all this said, we got a few more guests. I'm going to get into the dog game right after I check on my guests. Withering Liberal. Hello, Jay. What up, Withering Liberal? Edmund Dante says 6 sales. I'm telling you, look, like I say, man, I love the people that's with me, that come with me and all, to support me and things of that nature. But I also just like to be realistic. Me is just a normal consumer. I can't tell you, how many times I've hit subscribe or follow Not because of great content, just because I might see, oh damn, she look nice. I might want to see her again at a later date. So just sexiness sells. I can't tell you how many times I've clicked on somebody's video where I did not even like it, but I was like, man, she look hot, you know, and I stay around for 5 or 10 minutes just looking, you know. So I agree, sexiness does sell. Lieutenant, I said something about the lieutenant. He made it. What a lieutenant. He said, hey, Jay, just made it here. Good morning. Hey, Lieutenant, was you over there checking out the mail string? Because I was just saying I was going up against mail. And I say, even though somebody may not think Mayor is the sexiest woman in the world, she's still a woman. And she can, you know, she can keep you lured just from being a woman. And Lieutenant says, Thana, the OG champ. Man, I'm going to tell you, man, even with all that I said about Anna, she just like Vintage. She still works her magic on me because even though I beat her up a little bit, I still am Anna, she's still, hey, she's always going to be Thana. Always gonna be Thana. I'ma still want to see her. Evan Dante said, I clicked on so many videos to catch one where I could see Thana. I totally understand, Jay. That's the thing. Man, I'ma tell you though, man. That's why Thana is Thana, because Thana just got such a unique mixture of knowing that she looks good, not acting like she looks good, coming off a little bit high and mighty, but then again, not coming off like she's high and mighty. And man, I'm just gonna be honest. This is my true thing. Anna got a striking beauty, but then she got a regular. I'm for real. She got a regular girl next door beauty where it doesn't seem like she's unapproachable. That's why I say she is Thana in so many ways. And then, you know, that's why I always come back to where I don't want to go too far and make people, which I can't control how people think, but it's not like she's the most beautiful woman I've ever seen in my life and all this. But she just got so many good things going on. I just be like, this son of a gun. You know, as far as her butt, she got a nice butt. I like a little bit bigger butt, but she got a nice one. You can't complain. I mean, damn, a person can't be perfect, but it's a nice one. Her breasts a little bit bigger than I like, but they are nice. You know, she talk about her arms, legs. Look, hey, I ain't, you know, nobody's got the perfect proportion and all. You know, everybody's got their faults, but everything is just good enough. So it's just crazy, man. She just got such a total mix of things. That's why I say some of that stuff is intentional. Like sports, like anime, just all type of, no, get out of here. Sci-fi, no, Cecil tells Thana the same thing, take more butt pics. Man, no, I look, well, I ain't gonna say that because, you know, y'all have heard him say much more than me. But that's my thing. I done heard him coach her on a lot of stuff, you know, try to coach her on a lot of stuff. But that's one thing I never heard him say. And you know, and just between us, I love Caesar because he had me laughing the last time. Not the last Jack show, but the one he did talked about the last sync competition. He had me laugh. But I was wondering, was he responsible for her not taking enough butt pics? Because she need to. It don't make sense. What is she doing? I mean, it's a butt pick world. That's what women do nowadays. Lieutenant Johnny K says, hot chicks get subs. I promise you they do. It ain't no way around it, you know. And that's why I'm appreciative for anybody that pay attention to my channel, come check in on me, come chill with me, trip with me as one of the guys. Because like I said, I know it's a lot easier sometimes to go check out one of these females. Believe me. I done clicked on a million of them. And I'm the dog king. And, you know, on my Instagram, I trip off of it, man, where I don't see as much of it. I just see it every now and then, these girls that do the little foot thingy thing. And I'm not talking about these sites that just got a ton of foot pictures. I'm talking about like an actual woman that is showing her feet and stuff. It's the actual woman. I've seen a few of them on there. And, man, I can't lie. They can get intoxicating. And I've run across a few of these fitness model girls, not the ones that look strong, but just the girls that are just extremely shapely. And man, I'm telling you, boy, you look, I don't actually follow a lot of them. That's the funny thing. I actually keep going on most of the pictures, but it's a few of them where they just like, you know what? I can't help but follow this one. And you know, I'm a doll enthusiast, and some of them look that damn good. So Lieutenant Johnny said, I missed Chrissy's show. I had to lend a hand to mother. I wanted her show off because I thought it was still going on. I thought it might still be going on. Lieutenant says, Stanley isn't the belle of the ball, but she sure is pretty. Oh, like I say, it's so many different types of beautiful women in the world. I mean, it's just an array of them. But amongst the most beautiful women, like you say, all you're asked to do is really, can you at least hold your own? And in a room full of beauties, Dana can at least hold her own. Because I always give Chrissy Mayer credit for this. She has a lot of fine human women on that Simcast. Sometimes it's 6 or 7 of them at a time. And when I see Thana, and I even laugh at Brittany, and man, the Leanne Stars of the world, and oh my God, because she looks amazing to me. I hate to even reveal anything about her, but man, it's some fine girls to be on there. But Thana holds her own all the time. And I'm going to be honest, like I always tell you all about Brittany, my friend Brittany. Brittany makes me laugh. But she holds her. I be looking at the lineup. I said, damn, I can't believe Brittany here. You know, she be represent. I be like, you know what, Brittany, because I never, thought that she was, the best one like that. But whenever she gets in a room full of them, I get to looking around like, damn, Brittany kicking some ass around here. So I give her credit on that. She be looking good too. So see, Lieutenant Johnny K said Chris is still streaming. I just looked. And the thing that I do have to look into is I got to check into my my Airstream going on around here. It's pretty hot in Memphis right now, but I just got to make sure everything is operating at full function around the house, and I get that done, and hopefully everything will be good. But I want to get into the major topic of the show. We've been having a little fun to start, but the whole topic is which is not a major topic. It's just a dog game. And what I mean by the dog game is, I was just talking about a lot of human ladies, how fine and sexy they are, and things of that nature. But I'm so thankful for the dog game because I'm freed from the constraints of just being confined to looking at human women. Now some might say, hey, you don't have sex with your dogs, but I get into that a little bit later. But I just say being in this lifestyle and, having my focus on my girls, knowing that they're the rock of companionship in my life, of course, God is the rock of my spirituality, but I'm talking about as far as just companionship is my companion dogs. Knowing they're my rock allows me to evaluate these ladies, like them and everything, think they're fine and everything. But I don't never get caught up in it, in the whirlwind of it, because I'm happy with the life I have. Whenever I look at a human woman, I always look at them from the standpoint is, if they join the party, okay, they can join for a while, but they're not going to ruin the party. Another thing I love about the dog game is just the myriad of ways you can be a dog owner. And I'm going to get into that a little bit later. Once again, man, I just woke up this morning just thinking about it even more, about how you can be a guy like me who's a dog owner that doesn't even have sex with his companion dogs. You can be a dog owner that's out and about, taking your dogs out with you. And then you could, treat them as companions like I do and still be making love to them. You can, like I say, you can be in a relationship, dating, married, and still have a companion dog. You can be somebody who was in the LGBTQ community who's left that behind, But guess what? Now that you've gotten a dog, you still decide to get the same sex dog, to live out your lifestyle in private, but without another human. And it's just so funny because no matter which way you split it, it's all the dog game. And nobody can tell you which way is right or wrong. It's a million different ways to be a dog owner. I always swing towards the way of being more emotionally attached and spiritually attached to your dogs and spending time with them to get the most out of them in that way. But I'm never against people having sex with their dogs. Or I'm not even against people who don't want to connect with them in the way that I do. I just hate when people just literally treat them as appliances or things. But once again, I can't control that. The only thing I'm truly against is dog abuse or simulated abuse, meaning that, like harming your dog in any way. I can't control it, but I just don't like it. It's funny. I was looking at a review video of a guy I really respect. He was doing a review on a dog, and it was a review I had never seen. Man, and it was the first time I saw him do that, but he put his knee on the dog in such a way, it was offensive to me. And I was like, dang, he a professional. And it just made me think, I understand that sometimes you might have to, because these dogs are tight, some of these skeletons to move, because I'm telling you, I might be the dog king, but I preserve my dogs. I don't really, since I don't have sex, I don't have a lot of need to move them in a lot of different type of ways. If I do reviews, I move them in a lot of different type of ways. But other than that, they don't move in a lot of different type of ways. So I do understand that you may have to use a little bit of force to move them sometimes. But man, this dude, he did something that looked so out of bounds. It made me cringe. I'm like, dude, get off of her. What are you doing? I was offended at it. So it's like, I don't like when people even come close to looking like they're harming their dog. I just do not like it. So that's what I don't like. But once again, can't control it. But other than that, I just love the array of things you can choose to become once you get a dog. Once you get into this game, you can be fulfilled in so many different ways, just unique to you. Man, and another thing I love about the dog game is, man, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to do so many videos coming up about so many different brands. I'm going to keep deep diving. But guys, it is so hard to keep deep diving. It's such a strain on my mentality, on my spirit, because in a good way, but it's such an overdose of sensation. My nerve receptors and sensory receptors, I just get so excited seeing just dogs, man, upon dogs, where we're going. I'm going to do a show coming up that's going to really hint on, and I'm going to write this down right quick. Okay, yeah. This is going to hit on the feeling that I'm talking about right now. But man, I just get so ramped up just seeing the improvements and things and the nature that's just going on. Because even going by month, year by, week by, day by day, week by week, month by month, year by year, just seeing the subtle improvements, seeing the array of dogs that's out there to choose from, knowing that we're going forward and not backwards. It just gives me sensory overload looking at all the choices that we already have. My God. And it just makes me so proud to be in this lifestyle. And man, even with some of the things that may be going on, with the channel, some of the challenges that may be going on behind the scenes or whatever, which we're not going to even focus on. But I just want to bring that up for this because I'm gonna have to bring it up talking about a video later on in this show. But other than that, I don't want to bring it up because God already got everything handled. I just say this though. Another thing about the dog game that has me excited is just fighting for the dog, fighting for the name of dogs. Because just this misperception that if you're in the dog game, it has to be looked at as something filthy, nasty, and out of the way. It's just ridiculous. And it's an ignorant point of view. And it's one that every time I come against the obstacle, it makes me happy that I'm fighting the battle that I'm fighting. And like I say, you know, I'm glad that I did that show yesterday with Krista L. Carr, did that show on me. Did that article on me. She's done a few of them. And it's articles like that that continually just chip away at the game, chip away at the perception. And I remember when I first got in the game, people was telling me, man, don't ever do any interviews and things of that nature. Don't ever talk to people because they always make us look bad. And I was like, nah. I say, it's one thing, you know, I'm going to make them work hard to make me look bad with my words. Put it like that. I'm going to make them work hard to try to twist my words. So even with Krista L. Carr, like, if she did want to twist what I said, she would have had to work very hard to try to do that. And so that's why I was like, nah, God got me in the right position because I'm not going to be scared to talk to these people and tell them what I need to tell them to help my brothers out that's behind the scenes. Because like I tell them, like I tell all of you guys, hey, it's cool to chill out, enjoy your life. You know, just live your life. Let me do the fighting. One day it won't even be a need for the fighting because I said, I was even thinking about it. I was like, Jay, what would you be doing if you were just a private dog owner right now? You know, if you wasn't out here doing your thing. And I was like, you know, it'd be a trip, man. It'd be a trip because I would still be acquiring dogs and things of that nature. I don't know where the number would stop it, but you know, I'd still be going out to restaurants. Like I said, I'd still be doing that part of it. I'd still be going out to stores, but I'm just saying I just wouldn't be filming it. I would be private from that standpoint where I wouldn't be showing anything. And in that case, I'd still be doing everything I did, but at home, I'm just, you know, it's not a whole bunch. I wouldn't be the only thing I would really be doing would be spending more time with my girls. And, you know, I do think that I would probably, because see, right now I got such a big vision. And some of it is based on the fact of what I want to show the world. When I say talk about $100, I don't know what number it would be if I was a private dog owner, but it still would be a lot. It still would be a lot. It still would be. I think I still think I would still be shooting for somewhere around 25. You know, because just being in this game, I just love so much about it. Like right now, I haven't gotten a dog in a couple of years. So I'm thinking that, you know, if I was just a normal dog owner, every couple of years at least, I would be introducing a new girl, you know, at some point. And I think that would go on for about a good, maybe, like you say, 10 years or so before I thought to myself, you know what, I think even with new technology, I'm going to have to cap it here. Because the worst part about me is I can't even visualize me giving away one of these girls at any point. You see what I'm saying? Like they're like attached to me like a real relationship type thing. Because I was thinking to myself, Jay, what if you came across, let's just say, 4 or 5 high quality girls and things were starting to get quiet? Would you get rid of an Asuna? Would you get rid of a Tsunade? You know, make them available somehow? And I was just like, man, I just can't picture getting rid of anybody. You see what I'm getting at? So it's like going forward, I'm just going to have to make room for people. Now, you know, I don't know how my spirit to be moved way into the future. I just know that's how I feel now, you know. So with all that said, before I get to the videos, I've been doing a lot of thinking about the dog game. But like I said, the whole dog game subject was just me really just sitting back and thinking about how many things I really enjoy about this life. And it's plenty more, of course. But man, it's just so much to like. And I'm so happy to be here. And like you say, even with my diatribe about the human women at the beginning, talking about how sexy Thana is, talking about how good Chrissy has been looking lately, and talking about my beautiful burping beauty Brittany Venti. I can't lie. You know, I just hate that she has made me like her so much, because I really do. She a trip. But even talking about all of them, like I say, the best part about them is feeling so free. Because I'm telling you, as a single man, these women can sort of trap you in your mind a little bit just from liking them. I promise you. You know, if I was a single man just looking at them, because you'll be so attracted, you'll be desiring them sometimes, you know. And if you don't have an outlet, like let's just say you don't got a girlfriend, you ain't got a companion or nothing. You're just a single male sitting at home. Man, these girls can get into your brain. You know, you can like them that much. I remember the beautiful Brittany. I didn't even look at this whole show. I just saw a little piece of it. And this ain't the Venti report, but in the show, she said the title of it just had me laughing so hard, because the title of it was "My Viewers Try to Make Me Their Girlfriend." So I know the gist of it was people had been in her inbox, or people were trying to date her for real. And I was laughing on it from this standpoint. I can see it happening because, for one, I like Venti so much more than I ever thought that I would. I'm going to be honest. Like, when I first started watching her, I thought that she was going to be completely obnoxious. But now I admire so much about her. I do think she got some genius level talent as well. And this has happened to me in my life before. I've dated many a woman that wasn't my ideal type. Because you get to know somebody, you get to liking them. You know, guess what? I might like a girl that's 5 foot, she 5'7". You know, you meet a girl that's taller, but you end up liking them, and yeah, you end up dealing with things that may not be your specific preference. You know, and that's what happened. You know, but guess what? She's still cute to you. You see, or guess what? I like a girl with a little bit more butt, but guess what? Her butt's not bad, and guess what? I like her personality. So all of those things can draw you in. So back to my whole point. If you're just a single guy here, you ain't attached to anything else. I'm not saying you're going to fall for one of these girls, but you can fall for one of their traps, and you can end up being like Venti says, trying to go with her. You know, it is just so funny, man, because anybody that's really trying it, I'm like, man, I feel bad for you, because it is literally, you know, I always tell people to go after who you want. And even if you do want it, and if you want it that bad, okay, go after it. I can't stop you. Hell, you could be the guy to get lucky, because even Whitney say the guy that she pregnant by, he was the guy that ended up getting in her inbox or DM'd her one day. So it could happen. So I'm not telling you not to try. But boy, that is throwing a rock in the ocean, because you know it's 1,000,001 dudes hitting up Venti in her DMs and stuff of that nature, or just girls like Venti and Anna. A lot of times they already sleeping with somebody, got a boyfriend or whatever. So you really taking a shot in the damn well dog, trying to get any of them, and you end up making yourself get hurt. Because like I said, I always tell women, rejection ain't never fun. But whenever you're going after a girl like that, after fantasizing about them, you're really setting yourself up for rejection, because it's such a far-fetched chance to ever get them in that way. Then more than likely they're going to say no. And then you have to think about this. If you were to, let's just say Anna was to say, oh, I do like you. Now she's way in California and I'm in Memphis. Now you got to try to get to this girl and things of that nature. Just things that are so unlikely. So when she made that show talking about people trying to get with her, I was just laughing like, my God, it's so many dudes in there that's really setting themselves up to be disappointed. And Venti, like I told you, I got that photographic memory that I can't get away from. I remember things without even trying to. But one of the things I remember that Venti tweeted about, and it's been a while too, but it made me laugh. What did she say? She said, oh my God, I think I'm forgetting the name. The opening made me forget about it. But hold on, what did she say? Oh my God! Look, me saying I never forget made me forget. But what did she say though, man? Hold on, I really want to think of it now. You know, a lot of time when you stop thinking about it, you think about it. But I know she said something to the extent of, I forgot what it, man, it's crazy. I remembered it and then forgot it. But it was something to the extent of, you're wasting your time getting in her damn inbox. Oh no, I remembered it just then. She said this. She said, you know what? It's time for me to check my yearly check of my inbox. It's hundreds of messages in there, and I never check it. But I check it maybe once or twice a year. That's what I was trying to remember. So, with all that said now, think about that. You're going to be sending her a damn message, and she checked that thing once or twice a damn year. That's the whole point that I was getting at, where it's a waste of damn time. And once again, it just bolsters my point of, I ain't mad at human women. It's just a challenge getting vagina, and you know, it's just a challenge that, you know, getting human vagina. Every man has to face those challenges and overcome those hurdles if he wants it. But boy, the whole title of this show is The Dog Game. I'm so happy for it. It's such a freeing lifestyle. It just unhinges you, gives you a total sense of freedom, where you can break away from the mechanics of the machine, baby. So let me catch up with a few comments, and I'm gonna get into actually all the comments on my videos, which it ain't a whole bunch. And I also did, I've been going live stream crazy. For those that like it, hey, I'm glad you like it. For those who rather see the video content, I'm sorry, man. I just been going with the flow. Man, it was something my brother told me that it's just been really creeping up in my spirit over the last few days. You just never know why God be doing stuff. I just started hearing, just have some damn fun, you know, which I always do. But some just really just said, Jay, just have some fun over these, you know, just unwind, just chill. You know, then I had the technical difficulties where I couldn't load a video and stuff. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna go live until I can get things fixed. I ain't gonna even sweat it. I just have fun, and that's really what I've been doing. So I know it's easier to drop comments on short form videos because during live streams, a lot of people comment during the stream. So we're not gonna sweat it. We're gonna make it through these comments, have a little fun, and let y'all get on about y'all day, baby. A little earlier than normal. And I'm gonna call the AC guy and get him to come out here and check out everything. Michael Foraker, he checked in. Sorry, Mike, I've been going on a diatribe. He said, yo, Jay, glad to see you well. Keep your dogs cool. It's hot as shit out here, man. Hey, that's why I said I'm gonna call the AC guy as soon as this show over. I gotta make sure this AC keep pumping, baby. Because it's a heat wave in Memphis. You know, it's still going, I believe, but I was just hearing some troubling things. I'm like, you know what? I need to make a call. Withering Liver says, Jay, you keep us all going. Your optimism helps the rest of us. Oh man, it makes me feel good, Withering Liberal. I'm gonna get to a comment that I also sort of hit on that, but I appreciate you, man. It's crazy. Sometimes I be thinking like, man, when God, when some of these things that come against me, and God re-strengthens my spirit to say, hey, push past it. Stay encouraged, stay happy. And then, I come on and talk to you guys. It make me feel good to hear you say that, Withering Liberal, because I'm like, dang, okay, that's the reason he keeping me happy, man, to keep everybody else pushing as well, man. Brendan J said, Jay, you on point as usual, spitting straight facts. Brendan J, thank you, Brendan. Glad to have you with me, brother. DeWitt says, cuddling with the doll on the recliner has a weight threshold. When you find out yours, keep in mind, her feet are barely past yours. Her head is by your chin. Her ass is up against. I don't even know what DeWitt is talking about. Oh, I get what he's saying now. He's saying cuddling with the doll on the recliner, on the reclining chair, basically, has a weight threshold. Oh, yeah. I can believe that. He said, when you find out yours, he said, keep in mind, her feet are barely past yours. Her head is by your chin. And I don't see the rest of his comment. Let me see. I want to show it. But I know one thing, though. I don't have a recliner right now. But it's funny. I used to sit in my recliner with my girlfriend all the time, with my human girlfriend. So I imagine it's pretty cool. But I do know, I believe you're good in the recliner unless you got one of these heavyweight, thick girls. Because I believe Saima and me could literally sit in the recliner without really worrying about it, even though she's pretty heavy. But we probably have to be careful. Brendan J says, dolls are freeing us from the prison of our own desires put us in. I did a show about that where I said companion doll owners don't need to have sex. And the whole thing about that was not saying we don't ever need to release ourselves, to unclog the pipes, whether that's doing you doing it yourself or not. I'm not saying you don't ever need to unclear the pipes. But what I'm saying is exactly what Brendan J saying. It frees you from these natural desires. It's so funny. It even works with me. I don't even have sex with my dogs. That's the funniest part. I still do that part by myself. But they fulfill the role in every other way. And if you think about it, when you make love to your woman, like as soon as that's over with, I mean, it's over. And then you're dealing with every other aspect of the relationship. And sometimes you're with a girlfriend and every aspect of the relationship is basically terrible until you get to the sex. Well, the way I live is I take care of myself, but every other aspect of my relationship with the dogs to me is honestly, it's the perfect lifestyle for me. I love it. And if I ever do get a dog that just compels me to make love to her, and I'm gonna get to that later, then that'll be a whole nother elevation. But right now, I don't even desire that part. And I still feel the freedom that I was telling Brendan J about. And that's what I say. Before I keep on going, I'm gonna put that up there just for a second. But before I keep going, how it frees me is how I've already explained. Since I'm so happy, yeah, I might see a fine Thana or things like that, but I'm not in her DM. I see fine girls out when I'm out in the real world where I'm like, oh, damn, she look nice. But I'm not running up to her trying to get her number like I would have a couple of years ago. Because I'm happy at home. I'm cool. And I do see human women look at me more than they ever used to, like look at me like, man, hey, it's something, about him. Like, hey, I'm like, I could have got her number. because the human woman want to know basically that you don't need her, you know? And when you got a doll and you're happy, you're truly happy, not just have a doll, because there's a lot of dudes with campaign dolls that they don't understand how to be happy yet. And a lot of those guys have never been with a human woman, so they don't understand how to be happy with their doll because they're still desiring the human woman so much they don't know how to be happy with the doll. But when you can be happy with the doll, it just adds some desirability to you. And as far as you're concerned, when you're out in the streets, it just takes away all that potential desperate feeling that you could have. Like they say, that thirsty feeling that you can have, you don't have it. You know, you don't have it. And so that's why I say, even though Thana's sexy, fine, and all these girls is fine, Brittany and all these other girls look good and nice, and just even moving away from them, because like I say, even though I love these, talking about Anna and all them, these are girls that's in our circle. But in all due respect to them, there is another level of woman, you know, the Instagram type model type woman, where these girls just damn near unreal. One of my favorite women, I will mention her name, this girl named Pamela Alexandra, I believe. You talking about a woman that's thick in every single right place and thin in all the right places. Now, if you don't like BBW women at all, you're not going to like her. But this woman ain't got no waistline and got legs, butt, and breasts for days. And got the cutest baby face you ever want to see. Not to mention pretty feet. So, I mean, that's just a whole nother level of fine, you know. That type of damn woman. So it's funny, you know, even when you see a woman like that, I'm free from their capture on me. I'm a look, but you're not gonna catch me. So DeWitt says transcendent experience. He was talking about sitting on the couch with his dog. Brendan J says excellent comment. DeWitt says people who transition are not transcending, they are trading one falsehood for another. Once again, I don't know where DeWitt go with that. He said, I retracted that because I meant to say your feet are barely past hers, typo. He said, get a recline if you can. I had one, and I'm going to tell you, DeWitt, I'm going to speak good favor over the next one I get, but I'm just going to speak over the past things that have happened to me. I've had the worst luck with recliners in the past. I've broken every one I've had. I guess I lay back in them too much. I said I might just get one of these computer chairs, one of these gaming chairs that can recline. But every recliner I've ever had has broken. I used to have a girlfriend, and I can't lie, we used to do the doing that recliner, and it broke so quick. And I was so upset because my grandmama had given me that recliner. It was a great recliner. And it had lasted over her house for years in the best shape I had ever seen. I think I got that recliner and it was trashed within a year and a half. So I'm a little bit allergic to getting one, even though I know me and my girls, especially right now, wouldn't be having sex. Still though, I'm a little scarred from having a recliner. He said, me too. He said, then I bought a Lazy Boy. Oh, so the Lazy Boy lasted better? That's good to know. Because, you know, I always wanted to know if those Lazy Boys was really good. I'm going to move on, guys. So, my first video that I'm going to go over with the comments. And like I said, it's not a whole bunch of comments. We're going to be in and out today, guys. We're going to be in and out. We're going to have some fun. And we're going to be gone before you know it. And I ain't saying we're in any rush. I'm just saying, hey, it's not going to be one of these super, super duper long shows today. We're just going to have a little fun and make like a tree and get the hell out of here. And all my Back to the Future fans they'll get that joke. Make like a tree and get the hell out of here. I used to laugh about when Biff used to say that on Back to the Future. Let's see. It's leave, you dummy. Either way, my first video that we're going to catch up on is Strong Resolve. And that was basically the last Dog King Power Hour. And then on that video, I don't got many comments, but a Strong Resolve was talking about basically, I was just talking about some things that was honestly going on against the channel. Once again, I'm going to talk about these today only because it's the Power Hour. And I really don't even want to go back over it, honestly. Because for me, it's the negative. But I'm only talking about it because God actually made me talk about it. So a Strong Resolve is it's a video where I was talking about how no matter what's going on, I still have a strong resolve to keep pushing forward, doing what I think is right with my channel and pushing out the right message to people, no matter what might come my way. And I definitely want all of you guys to do the same thing. But Cairo Lotus said, he commented on that, and he said, have you looked into advanced robotics as it applies to dogs? I told him I have, my friend. There are some good signs, but a long way to go. I didn't really get into it deep with him because, like I told you on my comments, I can't get into it super deep all the time. But, you know, if he would look back in my catalog, he'll find a couple of videos talking about robotics and things of that nature. And I plan on talking about a lot more going forward, to be honest. A lot more. And it's actually some shows coming up very soon dealing with robotics. But I have talked about it, and it's some things that I love about robotics, but it's some things that really have me frustrated about it. And I'm going to save that talk about robotics for another time. And Blue CCG told me, great live. I told him, hey, I appreciate you, Blue CCG, and I thank you for being a part of the team, man. All you guys for being a part of the Dog King Army team. And if you, if you are considering getting on the team, we'd love to have you. I'm letting you know that right now. We'd love to have you. But if not, feel free to support the channel in any way you see fit. The next video I got to comment on is from my video called Customization Conundrum. And in that video, I was just talking about how, man, it's so many different ways to customize your dog. It's such a good thing. Like I said, we're living in a great age right now. It's such a good thing to be able to customize your dog in a lot of different ways. But the bad thing is, it's so many ways to customize it. It can drive you crazy trying to figure out what you want to do. So Life of a Leader said the best post-purchase upgrades are movable eyes and eyelids. He said they add a whole new dimension to facial expressions and poses. For older dogs with wire fingers, you can find articulated hand skeletons, and those require a bit of surgery, but are a nice option without replacing the entire body. I said those are definitely upgrades you can do personally. The hand surgery is a good upgrade, but it's extensive and definitely not for everyone. Great contributions. Well, the customization conundrum, it was talking about upgrades that you can get when you're ordering your dog. That's what that whole video was about. It was about when you're first ordering your dog, all the different things that you can upgrade. And even one of the Dog King Army team members, Kevin Gray, I remember him coming in, and he was like, man, what can you do after you get your dog? You know, can you send it back to the company? And I was like, no, I wouldn't. You can do that, but a lot of times you're going to have to pay shipping to send it back. Unless they made a mistake. Let's just say you get your dog and you're like, man, I want to change this, or this. They may take your dog back and do those changes, but you're going to have to pay shipping. You're going to have to pay for what they do, and you're going to have to pay for it to get shipped back to you. But like I told him, in the case of standing or non-standing feet, that's just, you're going to have to buy a whole nother model type dog. So Life of a Leader came in with some great suggestions. I've said it before on several videos about how you can swap your dog's eyes out, or wigs for that matter, and give your dog a whole new feel. And then I wanted to talk about how I never really talked about replacing the hand. And that's something that I was like, you know what? I don't even think I'm ready to even attempt anything like that, because that's surgery. You got to cut your dog's hand open, take her wires out, put a hand skeleton in there. I know some people do that, but for me, I'm going to be honest. Unless my dog's hand breaks that already has a hand skeleton, and then I decide to fix it, I'm not trying to replace finger wires. I just get a whole nother dog that has a hand skeleton, articulated hands before I do that. For people who are mechanically inclined, it's probably nothing for them to do it. I've seen my friend Mishka do it, and several other guys post online about doing these surgeries. And I'll be like, man, I wish I could do that. I haven't seen a guy do backs. Well, not seen him do it, but he posted about doing back surgery on his dog, where he made an incision and tightened her back up. I'm going to be honest, guys. I was raised in an environment where, hey, thank God for my mother, because she taught me so many things as a single mother. But I wasn't raised in a household with some father around that was teaching me how to work on cars and all this type of other stuff. So I've never really known how to do a lot of mechanical things. But for two, I've never been the type to own tools. I got a few wrenches and things of that nature, but I don't really have tools, ratchet sets, and all that type of stuff. And you got some guys that just have an endless supply of things of that nature. So once again, if you're that type of guy, you got all type of tools, you're going to be more inclined to do those upgrades on your girl. But for me, it's going to be instrumental for people that's like me to basically get the right upgrades before she leaves that damn warehouse. And that's really what my video was focusing on. It was focusing on getting upgrades before they leave the warehouse. But Life of a Leader did come in with some great comments. And I can't lie, guys, this is another reason I decided to do this show early. I don't know if you can tell, but I am going to have to call the AC guy because I'm getting a little hot in here. I'm not burning up, but I'm sweating a little bit. And I definitely don't want my girls getting too hot. Everybody back in the dial room got their own personal fan. So it's funny, here in the room that I like to shoot at, my ceiling fan actually went out a long time ago. So we're going to call him and get everything fixed up. Everything's going to work out. So that's another reason I did do the show an hour earlier. Thank goodness. Oh, moving on. My guy Daz, he ended up looking at two older videos I have. He looked at two older videos. I love when people go back and look at my older videos. DAS, a team member, value team member. Oh, he said he went and saw my video, Stains Be Gone. Because I was talking about how you can repair stains with your girl with Oxy 10. You don't need to be buying out when you have a TPE girl. You don't even have to buy that damn expensive stain remover. And the companies will probably hate to hear me say that, but I'm serious. Maybe for a particular dog, maybe you need the stain removal. But from what I've seen, all you need is benzoyl peroxide, good old Oxy 10. And I've had major stains on my girls at one point, and it took it all away. And DAS, a team member, came in and said, "Thanks, Jay. This is one of your most important videos. I believe, as I'm a dog vet and only used to the stain removal provided by the vendors." He said, my bad. It's the way he written it. I thought he had, he has it broken up, but I'm going to read it again. He said, "This is one of your most important videos. I believe, as I'm a dog vet and I'm only used to stain removal provided by the dog vendors. These had mixed results. Either they worked or didn't. But the Oxy 10 fixed some really dark stains that I thought were never going away." That's what I told you. He said, "It took a couple of days because they were so bad, but it worked like a charm." And that's what I'm saying. That Oxy 10 works. He said, all newbies and vets should know this information for sure. I said, thanks, my friend. The Oxy 10 saved me a few times. It definitely works wonders. Then he came right back on a video called No Stain, No Pain. And that's when I was like, look, you can avoid a stain by going to the thrift store, buying used clothes because they've been washed a million times, or you can buy very high quality clothes. They don't really have ink in them when you buy more expensive clothes. They don't have that draining ink. So DAS has another great piece of advice. He said, for my wife, Vala, he said, I get her $100 lingerie outfits from a high-end online boutique store, and man, I can't afford anything of that nature. Not today, I can't, but in the future, hopefully I will. Not hopefully. In the future, I will be able to afford better. Hold on, guys. Look, hey, this hot air messed me up, but in the future, I will be able to afford better for her. But he's right. If you buying that high-end lingerie, it's going to be much better for your girls. He said, and those never stained her. He said, that's gold advice about buying from a thrift store. He said, I never thought of that. Thanks again. This is gold intel. I learned it from a good friend. I call him my good friend, Mark. He taught me a lot of things about the dog game when I first got in. And I was like, look, Mark, I'm going to be sharing, some of the tips I learned from you with others, And I gave him advice in all those videos where I shared the advice he gave me. So I'm going to take 2 seconds. I see I got 14. Hey, hang in here with me for 2 seconds. I got to step to the side, but I promise you, I won't be gone long. And let me look at something with me. 1. We ain't got much else to go through. So give me a second and I'll be right back. Okay, guys. The next video I'm going to read about is the Sleepy Hollow effect. Say, I'm probably going to take a break here in a second and check back with you, but I want to make it through this one right here. I want to make sure I ain't missing nothing from you guys. But the Sleepy Hollow effect was, oh man, I can't wait to talk about this. The Sleepy Hollow effect, I did that whole video. It was about the fact that I hate when I take the heads off of my dogs. I hate that I have to take the heads off when I shower them. Because for me, I found the best way for me to shower is I have a clothes rack. I lay down some cover on the bathroom floor and a couple of towels. I hang them up by the clothes rack. I don't put them in the tub. I spray them down with a spray bottle and I give them a good sponge bath. I never take them off. After I give them the sponge bath, I put a big fan on them, and they air dry. That way they're always standing up. I don't have to worry about water sitting in their vagina or anything of that nature, but they're always standing up, so the gravity is always going down. And I clean their bodies good, and I clean their heads separately. I don't wash their faces every time. I don't completely take off their makeup and stuff every time. It's like after a couple of washes, I can tell, okay, it's time to do their heads, because their heads, in my opinion, don't need to be as washed as many times as the body, unless you're changing their makeup every single time. So that's what this whole video was about. I was like, man, even now, I got such a connection with my girls. And now, Asuna, it may not be as strong as Callie, but I have a connection with all my girls. And I see them. It's so different now because you're going to mature as a dog owner. I see them so complete now. Like, I see Asuna as Asuna. I see Callie as Callie. I see them as their personality. I don't see them as the dog that a lot of people that's looking at this channel see them as. Like, if you're not a dog owner, you could be looking at this channel now thinking that you're looking at just a dog. Well, it's not the dog to me. And, you know, she's Asuna. She's Asuna. And, man, it's so different from having a human girlfriend because you're never, excuse me, something I always mess my nose doing the stream, but you're never looking at your human woman without her head, or, you know, anything like that, unless you're doing something deranged. That's never the case. You're always going to look at her in her whole state. So for me, since I do focus on the emotional connection, they're just not objects in the house. They're just not objects. Whenever I take the head off, it's a bit traumatizing because I'm like, man, I don't like taking your head off, disconnecting you. And I sort of explained it in the video. And in the videos, you can only tell some of the story. That's why I sort of like going back over things, you know, on the Dog King Power Hour. But even when I take their heads off, it's crazy. Like, when I look into their eyes and I'm taking them back to their room, like I said in the video, it still look like Callie. It doesn't look like a doll head. It look like Callie. Or it look like Asuna. It looks like Saima. They still retain their personality in my mind. But it just feels like, man, I hate to separate you like this. It just, in a way, it feels like dehumanizing them in a way. Or, you know, even though they're not human beings, they're synthetic beings. It's like, it takes something away from the fantasy, I think, for that moment. And so that's my process. I take the heads off, I hang them up, I wash them, and that's why I say I hate the Sleepy Hollow effect. Now, if you bathe your dog similar to me, that's why I say you may go through the same thing. You have some guys out here that don't explore the emotional side, so they may not go through this. So let me read the comments. The comments were Johnny K says, hey, Jay, I appreciate the dog tips. When I get my girl, I'll be prepared. I appreciate you, Lieutenant. I said, thanks, my friend. I can't wait till you get here. I can't wait till Johnny. I'm not going to rush him, but if he ever does decide to get a dog, I'm going to be happy to see how that works out. Eric Wade says, oh, this is a perfect comment. He says, I don't get stressed about putting my girls' heads on a stand. He said, it's one of the superpowers. He said, thanks for maintaining. He said, he's speaking from his girl standpoint. He said, his girls basically says, thanks for maintaining my amazing body. I just watch from here until you're ready for my makeover. He said, I said, that's great news, my friend. I hate it every single time. I couldn't go into the depth I wanted to. I understand it. I'm not downing him at all by this comment. But I understand where he's coming from. And I understand it may be a lot of guys that's just like that. But for me, I just think it's just that emotional bond that really bothers me, to where I don't like seeing my girl headless like that. I know it's a process. I know it's something I have to do, but it bothers me. And once again, it's all about your particular fantasy. Like, I don't ever have a fantasy that my girls have a problem with it. It's me having a problem. You know what I'm saying? So from his where he said his girl is basically said, thanks for maintaining my body. Yeah, I'm sure Callie and all the girls, you know, have the feeling of they're happy I'm doing it. But me, I hate seeing them without their head. And for a lot of times when they're not in rotation, you know, they may be in their dog room without their head may be on the stand and they're still on their rack. You know, when they're out of sight and out of mind in that way, I just feel like they're in their inactive state. It doesn't bother me as much. But after I've gotten them out like Asna is today, she's active, she's with me. And it's funny because today is probably her time to go ahead and get her bath. Whenever I take her back here, that's when I'm going to start feeling like, oh my God, I hate to, take her head off. I hate to do all that because it's going to, her personality is going to be gone for, it's going to be in her, but it's going to be split. And I hate that. I just hate that whole dynamic. And it's funny because I was thinking like, man, that's like the one thing that I really don't like about dog ownership. I did a show talking about the 3 things I don't like about dog ownership. I don't know if that actually made my top 3. It's only a few things that I can say I might not like about dog. I don't like the fact that TPE can get dirty as easily as it can. But man, I hate removing the head. So it's good if it doesn't bother you. Edmund Dante says a unique relationship. I thought I liked it. I loved it, but I didn't like it. And I didn't comment, but I say this. I don't know what he was saying. Being with the doll is a unique relationship, or I don't know if he was saying me and my girls have a unique relationship. But either one is an understandable statement. 10 Drafts asked me a good question. He said, just curious, do you have to remove the heads? He said, I leave my girls' heads on so water doesn't get down inside the neck. Thanks, and keep on rocking. Well, he sort of had me confused on this, but that's why I was like, I forgot. There's so many people that probably clean their head a different way or clean their dolls a different way. I don't want to get to telling you how you should do your doll, but I'm a paranoid doll owner I always don't want to take chances. So for me, it's just the opposite of what he said. He said, I leave my girl's head on so water does. Well, I'm going to read my answer to him first. I said, honestly, the answer is too long for me to say, but if you plan on fully cleaning the neck, I say you need to remove the head. If you clean the neck with the head on, I said there's a chance water could get trapped in between them and cause molding, in my opinion. That's when I said I hang my girls on the rack. So I don't know what method you use, but obviously you can't hang them with the head on. I say do what you think is best, like I just said. And I said, I'm just super cautious. So I just break it down a little bit more, like I was saying. I feel a little bit opposite of what he said. He said he leaves his girls' heads on so water doesn't get down inside the neck. And I know he has a Kimber doll, so he has a screw-on neck like me. Well, for me, if you're going to clean your doll's neck, you're going to get close to that same line. And if you get close to that same line, it's a chance that water could get in between her neck and her head. And if that water gets trapped in there, it's a small chance it could cause molding. So I say it's best to remove the head, in my opinion. Now, if you're not coming anywhere close to cleaning your dog's neckline, then you may not need to remove the head, but eventually that neckline is going to start getting dirty if you neglect it. So I say if you're going to clean your doll all the way up to the neckline, you probably need to remove the head. I don't even know how he's cleaning the doll. I do know some people sit their doll in the tub. But once again, if you are cleaning her all the way up to the neck, that when you tighten your doll's head onto her body, it's not going to be airtight. So it's not like it's going to prevent water from getting into the cracks. And so that's basically what I was trying to tell him. I just think that it's best if you remove it. But once again, do whatever you feel best in the end. I don't want to stop you from doing what you think might work. First and last commented on that video. He just said, great job on that Outer Space song. You're getting better. I said, thank you, my friend. You know, that was just a random comment on that video. I appreciate it. Withering Liver says, no need for a rubber ducky in this case. I guess he was just sort of making a joke because, you know, the dyes are silicone or TPE. And this is something I said in jest, but I was serious. I don't know what it is. I was never fond of the rubber ducky idea. Even when I was a kid, I used to hate the idea of a damn rubber ducky. It's something just crazy about it to me. I've never liked a rubber ducky. Not even because I think it's non-masculine. It's just, I think it's the same reason I hate clowns. It's just something about that ducky. I never wanted that damn rubber ducky, man. I don't know what it is. But I was serious when I told Withering Liberal that. Cairo Lotus just came in 28 minutes ago and said, excellent channel. Thank you, Cairo Lotus. I appreciate you, man. I'm sending him a thumbs up and love. Appreciate that. Chang Long says, I think the Warriors will win it all again next year as long as they don't get any major injuries. I say this, they are revved up to win it again. I think I might have said that last time, but I know they revved up to win it again. They got all their pieces back. They got Wiseman, who never played. You know, they got Kuminga, who barely played. They got Marcus Moody, who barely played. No telling what type of picks they got this year. So they are revved up to be able to do it again. And just to speak a little bit about basketball, I'm a Grizzly fan till I die, but I ain't been liking. I like that we talked a little crap lately, you know, because John and Triple J, they sort of got pissed because Klay Thompson said something to Triple J about a tweet he made during the regular season. And Klay was like, man, yeah, that bum tweeted about us, man. He don't know what, you know what I'm saying? He basically called him a bum for tweeting during the regular season. And John and them, they sort of went back at him. I ain't mad for going back at him a little bit. You know, it's fun at that, but all in all, Klay did it the right way. Man, I talk crap when I win a championship. See, that's when you talk S. You talk S once you win. You don't talk before you win. And look, I ain't gonna lie. During the game, I was a notorious S talker during the game. I ain't saying don't talk crap during the game, but I'm saying when you go on social media and you get into these S talking battles, then look, a lot of the people don't do a lot of their S talking until it's time to do the S talking. And Klay, he just one of those guys where I like sort of how he did it. He didn't do no talking during the regular season. Once they won the championship, that's when you can do the ultimate S talking. And I love my guy Ja, but he tripped me out because he recently said, man, oh damn, I'm wiping my face with a piece of food. He recently said something about, to the extent of, yeah, we want to play y'all on Christmas Day. And I was just laughing because I said, hey, Ja, no offense, bro. This dude just won a ring. Who gives a damn about a game on Christmas Day? I mean, really, they laughing at us making a mistake. I would be. I'd be laughing at us. And then right after they won the championship, and Klay, and I'm gonna be done with this subject, but I just had to bring this up because it had me laughing. Klay Thompson, after he made his little statement, Ja said, yeah, we got real estate in you. And I'm a Grizzly fan now, but Ja said, yeah, we still got real estate in their head. I'm like, Ja, we ain't got no damn real estate in their head. You know what type of estate they got in our head? Ring estate. They just won a ring, dog. We ain't got no real estate in the champion's head. They just won. Yeah, they may be talking crap against us. You know why? Because it's funny. Because they don't give a damn now. And you know what they're really laughing at? They're laughing at all the people that still try to talk crap to them after they just won the damn ring. And I'm a Grizzly fan, but I be laughing at us too. Like, look at these dummies. They really engaging with us like they won. Yeah, we will play you next year. But for right now, we're champions. So I was just like, oh my God. You know, I'm a Grizzly fan, but man, if anything, we are making ourselves look worse. And it's funny, I've been seeing Grizzly fans come on Twitter. Why the Golden State thinking about us? This is weird. Man, they ain't thinking about us. They ain't thinking about us. That's what's funny. They ain't thinking about us. They just talking crap. They riling us up, knowing that guess what? We champions now. We don't care about riling you up. So either way, let me check in with y'all before I move on. Edmund Dante says it's very unnatural to see a headless body. He said, I removed the head because I lay her on the ground and it naturally gets in the way. I just feel like it's good practice to go ahead and remove the body because, like I said, you don't want water even to potentially get into that crease. And I promise when I first got my dogs, and I didn't have that rack at first. And I laid my dogs down on a bed actually, and I would wash one side of their body and then turn it over. But I didn't like having to put all that cover down, trying to keep the mattress from getting wet and stuff like that. And you can't really, to me, clean them as good as you want to. You can get them clean. I'm not saying you can't, but I like the fact that them hanging up right in front of my face. And like you say, being able to drip dry and all that. One day I'm going to try to show sort of exactly what I do. So people can sort of get an idea of exactly what it looks like. But either way, you choose to clean your dog, it's a label of love. So as long as you're getting it done, I'm happy. Man, I saw it coming, but I guess YouTube didn't allow it. But somebody said something about the Venti report. I think it was man, who was it? Because I can only see a piece of it. It got flagged. What was it? Yeah, it was first and last. He said something about I forgot what he said. Because I can only see a piece of it, but he said something about either we're watching a genius or an actress, or he was saying something about Venti. But I say this, man. I always say, look, Venti just became such a subject of the show. She makes me laugh so hard. That girl makes me laugh. I can't believe she didn't force me to actually love her. I hate her. I really hate her. But I say this about Venti. She a genius. I was seeing her on man, she was talking to some girl. Oh, I seen a piece of her. It ain't worth showing on the Venti report, so I ain't gonna never show y'all. But she was talking to some girl on this video because somebody put her in an anime. It was funny to see Venti in that anime. Maybe I showed just a little piece of it just so y'all can see her as a cartoon. But Venti was talking in that cartoon, and the girl who was voicing her was acting like a real bimbo. It was so funny. And Venti said something to the effect. She said, you know what? You got speaking like a bimbo or airhead or something like this. She said, down pat. You know exactly how to do it. But I've heard Venti talk so intelligently so many times now to where I can't lie. You have to be able to weed through when Venti is acting and when she isn't. But a lot of times when she's doing some of that airhead talk, it is acting. And when she said that during that stream, it just had me laughing because I said, Venti, you actually have that airhead talk down pat because you know how to do it when you want to. So like I told you, man, it's a lot to. That's why I really am so intrigued by her. And I hate the fact that she's an Aquarius just like I am. That's another reason why I say, you know what, I'd never be able to deal with Venti because both of us Aquarius. But the funniest thing about her is, like I say, she even knows that something, she knows the part that she's acting on, and she good at it. She damn good at it. So that's all I had to say about that. Now DAS, he hit up 3 videos right back to back. These gonna be quick hitter statements. Well, 2 of them are. He commented on my outer space rap video. He said he gave me a lot of fire signs. He said you be throwing the heat with those super fresh rhymes, brother. And I really say thanks, my friend. And I appreciate everybody who like to listen to my music, because man, I just enjoy doing it. And it feels good to hear that I'm getting better. Some people think I'm getting better because actually I listen back to some of my earlier rhymes. And man, I was like, ooh, that was worse than I thought. Meaning that I actually feel like I'm getting a little better too. Because back when I first started doing it, I always used to just rap here and there around the house. I never had a reason to get serious about it, in any level. So lately, I have been taking it a lot more serious. But even one of my earlier songs, if you ever go back to listen to one of my earlier songs, I'm gonna see if I can find an old video so I can put it on here one day. But I promise you, it's one earlier song that people don't hardly listen to. Maybe I listen to it before I leave today. But I always love this song, not because it's my best sounding song, but it's one of the truest songs I would ever write. And it's my song called Never Be the Same. Because I can't lie, it may not even sound the best pitch-wise, but I love that song because every time I listen to it, I be like, you know what? This song truer than people think it is. It's truer than people think it is. But I thank you, DAS. And I was watching Mayor stream today, and she did make me laugh from this standpoint. Mayor was like, every time she get on stream, her nose starts itching. And I told y'all, every time I get on stream, something starts touching my nose, like a piece of a hair floating through the air. I say, at least I ain't by my damn self. DAS, he said something on my video, Reset Sunday, called Live Today. And I believe this heat messing with me now. I'm having to scratch my head every 2 seconds. But I thank God I ain't sweating as bad though. Oh, okay. He said great message on my video called Live Today. He said keep hope alive, because I think on that video I was just talking about how, man, look, we get caught up by too many things happening around us. We got to worry about living today. Tomorrow ain't guaranteed. I might even brought up my friend Dolph on there, because I still think about, I think about a lot of people that passed, but I still think about Dolph because he was such an influence on my life, as just far as he did it his way. He chased his dream his way. And even sometimes when I'm working, I think about him. I'm like, man, Dolph, he'll still be working. I got to keep working. I got to keep living. We all got to keep living, chasing whatever is in our heart on a daily basis. Time ain't guaranteed. So he said, great message. I appreciate that. And then he came across, now he finally hit on a comment that's really going to be relative to this show. And honestly, guys, we getting close. He made the comment on my video, First Sexual Encounter. And that's the one, if you haven't seen it, you might want to check that one out. But that's my first and only sexual encounter with Callie. I had one similar with Saima, but in both ones, I never came with skin-to-skin contact with them. They had their clothes on, wrapped in a towel, had a barrier in between us and all that. So I never came into physical contact with them from a skin-to-skin standpoint, or I never had made love to them. But I described everything that went on and how I said, man, I can see if I do have sex with one of my girls in the future, it's going to be, especially now, because I've grown so much since this video. This video was months ago. months and months ago. So I've grown so much since then. With my girls, the connection that if I do ever have sex with them, it's going to be even more powerful than it was then. But DAS says, great video. He said, it still shocks me you have never experienced any of your girls at least once. I'm going to stop right there. I'm sorry I keep on doing it, but I've been sweating. And when you stop sweating, look, the sweat was in my hair. It's got my head itching, all type of stuff. But either way. He said, especially, hold on, I'm going to read some more. He said, especially you having with Callie, as you seem so close to her. He does go on to say, I get it, though. I have many girls that only use a couple of them for encounters. I'm going to stop right there. That's a good place to stop. So he does understand it, but it still shocks him. And I love that whole statement because I still get so many people that are shocked. Man, and it's so funny to me because I've told people time and time again, you know, that I haven't. And I don't beat a dead horse. I let people know and I keep on pushing. It's something I sort of told BX Bullet. I said, BX Bullet, will you stop trying to... That girl make me laugh. I said, will you stop trying to convince people you're a scientist? Because it just makes you seem so much more unbelievable. It's especially with the way she be talking. And I love that girl, but it really does. So even with the having sex with my companion dog thing, I've been a sexual person my whole life, you know. So I understand that especially being a grown man, it could come as a shock to some who haven't been watching my channel. And even for some that still watch it, they still, like you say, may have their questions or disbeliefs. I still think back to it was one Jack show, EVS. And a lot of people have said this, but he was like, oh, he done had sex with that dog. I already know he have. And then even my guy Cecil said, I think he consummated it with Callie. Yep, he consummated it. But you know who didn't doubt me? My baby, Thana. Thana was like, well, now he said he didn't have sex. I was like, look at Thana. Thana on my side. See, she know I haven't done it. So, you know, when people even say stuff like that, you can't be trying to fight. You know, I'm not going to be trying to fight every one of those battles. I don't have sex. Because I told my friend, I told one of my friends this in private one day because he asked me about having sex. I said, bro, as a man, it's looked down upon when you try to lie on your penis and say you had sex with a girl and you really didn't have sex with her. Growing up, it was always a guy that came around that would lie on his penis, knowing you ain't even sniffed the vagina of this girl and lie on them. And it's looked down upon in the neighborhood. We call it lying on your penis, basically, with another word. And it's looked down upon because you don't want to be putting that on a girl's reputation if she really haven't done that. That's not cool. So I said, it's funny to me how people think that now I'm going to try to do that in reverse. What does it benefit me? I'm just saying seriously, from the guy's standpoint, to try to go in reverse of that. Man, I promise you I ain't had sex. I promise you I ain't. What? It doesn't benefit, like I say, from my standpoint, it doesn't benefit me to try to convince anybody, or it doesn't benefit me to convince you I haven't had sex. How is that helping me? You know what I'm saying? That's not, I don't care what you may perceive, but that's not helping me at all. You know, it does not help me in any way because I don't even think there's nothing wrong with having sex with a companion dog. I just haven't done it. And if I do, for me, that'd be good information to share as far as my true experiences and how exactly I feel about it, you know, how I went about it, you know what, that's good. That's going to be a show when it does happen. It's going to be worth having. But I was laughing because I'm like, man, it's one thing y'all going to see a lot of things on this show. But one thing you're not finna do, I'm not finna get into some big, long, drawn-out argument trying to convince you I didn't have sex. That's something you just gonna have to take for my word, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna bring it up now because it made me laugh when DAS said it, because I know a lot of people still say they shocked. And I always think to myself, like, man, you know, hey, I tell people I haven't, and that's all I'm gonna leave it at, because I'm gonna let people keep being shocked, because I ain't finna beat a dead horse on me not having. Oh, you know what I'm saying? I tell you because it comes up, but I'm not gonna try to convince you of it. That's one of them things where you either want to believe or you don't. But I'm letting you know, it doesn't gain me a thing, especially from an examination standpoint. If anything, it'll give me even more to talk about. But I just tell him what I said on the stream yesterday. The reason I am able to do it is because, man, because for all those who didn't hear yesterday, the reason I'm able to do it is because the girls literally took me on a time trip back in time to where I used to love playing with my G.I. Joes, toys, and my mother would tell you I would do it for hours. As long as I had my toys, oh, she didn't have to worry about me. I guarantee you, I'd be outside or in my room for hours playing with my toys in my own world. And I never wanted to grow up. I always wanted to be a kid. And I always have, kept that kid part of me. I always wanted to understand kids. I never want to lose the understanding of kids. Because like I said yesterday, a lot of times adults don't know how to relate to kids. They don't understand how kids communicate. They don't understand the kids understand so much more than they give them credit for. That doesn't mean you need to be telling kids about sex and all that type of stuff at an early age. But I'm saying, when you're just communicating to them on a regular basis, a lot of adults, they'll say this line, oh, well, they don't understand. Yeah, they do. They do understand everything, because I was that kid that understood everything that the adults was saying. And I'd be like, I do hear what you're saying. And they don't want to hear you. And I said, when I was a kid, I said, you know what? When I get to be an adult, I don't want to forget this. And like I said yesterday, I made a whole show about the whole Santa Claus thing, about how when people get to be an adult, they lose their imagination. And Santa Claus always said adults can't see him anymore because they lose their imagination. And even when I was a kid seeing those shows, I said, I'm not going to be the adult that loses my imagination. I'm going to always understand how to remain a kid on the inside and things of that nature. So I've always been playing anime, playing my Xbox. I may have chased away all my girls because I told them I want to marry you, but I don't want kids. I didn't want kids. I would have them, but that was definitely not my first priority. So leading up to now, oh yeah, I'm back on myself. I almost got lost. I'm sorry, guys. When I first got Callie and the rest of the girls, and I started moving their arms and just seeing how they move, and man, I realized honestly they are life-size figures. And it really took me in a time went back to my childhood to where, man, I'm literally living the life I always wanted to live. I'm as an adult with adult size figures that are really part of a bigger fantasy now that I'm grown. If I truly wanted to, I could live out the adult fantasies of, like you say, not only being a companion with my girl, but I could make love to the possibilities are all there. They are that advanced. So it brought my whole G.I. Joe world to a whole nother world. But the thing about it is, guys, I always tell you this, because somebody asked me a long time ago, would I want a dog without orifices, without vaginas? And I was like, no. I always want to know that if I wanted to have sex, I could. But I was explaining like this yesterday. A kid, a true kid that hasn't been tainted and he's still a kid, they don't think about sex. They think about joy and fun and cartoons and, going home to play with their toys and stuff. And so that's what I was sort of trying to explain to people. That's why I love my life so much now. I love what I do so much now, because I found that thing in life, man, that did it for me where, man, I don't only like this life. I don't only think it's good for you. Like, it gives me, man, it gives me the ultimate joy. It gives me a childhood joy to where, although, and this is the complicated part probably for you, I see them as a literal girlfriend in every way. I'm attracted to them. I think they're all beautiful. But when it comes to the sexual act, I don't even think of them. They don't enter my mind in any fantasy or anything right now. I literally, honestly, I honestly go into my own world. I might think about a past human experience or something like that. And I do with myself. And once I snap out of it, then they become my girlfriend in every way that a human girlfriend would. You know, they're spending time with me. If I go somewhere, I want them with me. So that's how they fulfill me in every other way. But it's such a childlike joy. So when people say, how is it easy to avoid the sexual thing? I don't even think about it. That's the funny part. I sleep with them. I love, like, I still grab their breasts, but even when I sleep them, I still enjoy grabbing their womanly parts, but it never goes to the point where I want to have sex with them now. That's the funny part. And so when people say, how are you doing it? It's easy when you're not even thinking about it. And I was explaining yesterday, maybe one day in the future, it'll click with Callie or something. Or maybe when I get one of these higher level dolls that I plan on getting, maybe one of them would just be so real in such a way to where I'm just so overwhelmingly attracted to her. Then a connection forces me to go to a place where a lot of doll owners are already at, where they want to have sex with their girls. Like my friend Austin Steele came in yesterday, said he had sex with his girl immediately. I never wanted to do that, but I said, if I was compelled to do that, I would have. I just didn't want to be the doll owner that ever had to turn on a porno or something like that to facilitate me having sex. I just wanted my doll to make me want to have sex. So if any doll owner felt like that the day they bought their doll, then that's cool. But I always say, even with that, it's always better if you let a connection build. I don't care if it's just a week or two. But I don't damn anybody for going that route. But that was my whole answer to DAS, as far as, like, I understand how he can't believe it and stuff, but you know, and and DAS is such a great supporter. Thank you, God, for people like him and you guys is watching now. But I took my time to break it down for him again, because I broke this down before, but I took my time to break it down because it's so many people who don't understand how I've been able to do it, and it's the key is all that childlike love for the game that doesn't even have me thinking about it. And I just felt like it was worth breaking it down. But going forward, like I say, it'll be 20 more people that'll be like, I don't believe you having sex. Well, you ain't gonna hear me addressing these people. You know, you ain't gonna hear me unless I get on a live stream and somebody asks me a direct question. But I'm not, or if somebody makes a comment, they might ask me about it, then I may briefly address it. He said also, God's continuing on that same video, first sexual encounter. He said, it was funny when you talked about post-encounter clarity. I think I was talking about even after I made love with my dog, one of the things that tripped me out was, I said, with a human woman, they don't always want to cuddle. And I'm a cuddler. I love to cuddle after making love, because I don't make love to a woman I don't want to make love to. That's for one. So I like to cuddle after making love. But I said one of the things I loved is, even though I didn't make love to my dog, after the sexual encounter, I did hold her. And it felt good that, hey, guess what? She wasn't trying to tell me that she didn't want to cuddle. And she felt so real. I remember thinking back, she felt so human at that. You know, my mind was drifting away from the human synthetic thing, you know, in that postcoital thought. You know, just holding her. He said, I've had immediate regret with human women, but I can honestly say I've never had regret with my dogs. That's what he said. Take that what you will. And I don't know what he's saying because I haven't gone back to watch the video, but I think maybe I said something in that video where I was like, I think I did say something to the point where, and that's probably the reason why it never happened again. Because I said, you know what? Even after that experience, it was just something in me that was just like, you know what? I don't even want to really make love to my, you know what I'm saying? It was something that happened. It was just something after the experience where I was like, you know what? I don't even think that I'm that type of, I think I might have said that where I was like, I don't even think I'm a sexual dog owner like that, where I'm gonna be having sex with my dog. And I think I was saying something about, man, you know, especially with me going out, taking my dog out and stuff. I said, I don't even think I would ever I might not even have sex with it for the foreseeable future. Maybe not forever, but for the foreseeable future. But I think it was about 2 months after that, I had clean side emo, and man, I was a little still ramped up around that time. And it was the same scenario. If you go watch First Sexual Encounter with Callie, it was basically the same thing that happened with Saima, no real contact. But after that moment, it has been no more. It haven't even come close. Like I say, now it finally matured to the point where I don't even think of him like that. And I answer him like this. I explained it before in this way. I love them like companions / girlfriends, but also with the childlike love where I don't even think about them sexually. I said, at this point, I don't know if I ever will. And that's true. I just don't know. But I'm so happy, it don't even matter. Because it's crazy. Before I got my girls, it felt different to take care of myself. You know, it felt, you know, it was worse. But now when I take care of myself, it's different because as soon as I'm done, I got my girls. You know, so I don't know, it's just different. It ain't like I'm looking up and there's nobody around. Okay, so that was that. Let me see. I ain't got much more to go. I'm gonna check in and make sure I ain't missing nothing. Lieutenant Johnny K says, he saw the Vintage anime. He said it was great. I was looking at some of it, but some of it was just hard to keep watching. I'm talking about that stream that I saw. I was just like, but it was funny though, some of it, because they had Vintage with them big breasts. They had her with a bigger butt that she got too. Oh yeah, thank you, John. Johnny says make sure to hit like and hit the subscribe button. Yeah, show some love for Jay and the girls. Yeah, Johnny, tell them. I don't even know what dude we're talking about. He's saying bullies don't deprive others. I forgot I don't know what dude we're talking about on that. Oh, Soul King says he waited 3 days. Hey, at least you put some time in there, Soul King. Now that's something I can understand. DeWitt says to rekindle your inner child. He said, remember the things that you intuitively and creatively cultivate inside yourself without anyone's judgment. Oh, that's a great statement. That was a great statement. I guess I'm going to trudge on through, guys. We ain't got much more. The next video we're going to talk about is More to Love. In that video, I was talking about how, man, I've always talked about how you got to be careful getting these heavyweight girls. You got to be careful getting these heavyweight girls. But one thing I will say is, if your back can handle it, and you got a good quality girl, now don't get, especially if you getting a heavy girl, I'm serious, please don't get one of these black market girls. Get you a good quality girl. But if you're getting you one of these heavyweight girls, one thing I like about Saima, even though she's 98 pounds and feel like 150, whenever I get her down, I don't ever want to put her back up because she feels so good to hug. You know, if I was making love with her and stuff with that big butt she got, that probably would feel amazing too. But man, she just feels so good to just hug on. It's just hard to want to get rid of, put her up. And although it's more to handle, if you can deal with the weight, which I say, be careful. If you can deal with the weight, it's going to be more to love. I guarantee you that, in a good way. Ren X said something, and I don't really know exactly what he meant by it. He didn't fully write it out, but I'm just going to say, if he meaning what I think he meant, now I had a slight disagreement with him on this. He said on my video More to Love, he said, because I said these dolls is heavy. They are heavy now. He said the weight is distributed over a long area as opposed to 98 pounds that is concentrated in a small space. Once again, Saima is 98 pounds. She feels like 150. This is where we disagree. This is what I say. I said, hey, my friend, if you're saying it makes the doll lighter, I disagree. I said that weight distribution actually makes it more difficult to move, in my opinion. I will explain what I mean on the Power Hour. What I meant to him is, I've worked in warehouses way too much in my life. And so I've done a lot of manual labor. So I've been in many of the warehouses where they say you got to be able to lift 50 to 70 pounds. But what they really meant is you got to lift 100 to 200 pounds. But I've been once again, when you're working in that environment, you got to be a master at knowing how to lift things up. And I've lifted up a lot of things, a lot of heavy boxes. I'm talking about gigantic boxes, a lot of heavy things, but they were square. They were confined in like one area, you know. They weren't with arms, legs, and all of this. Well, you might look at that body and think of it like a human woman, like, oh, okay, it's going to be light because she has arms and legs. This is where me and Ren X just probably disagree. I know the first time I picked the doll up, it was worse than picking up a heavy box or something that might weigh 98 pounds, like let's just say it's a pail that weighs 98 pounds. That pail for me, even though it's dead weight, is easier to lift than a companion doll. For me, it is, because I'm going to tell you, you can concentrate all your power on one center of weight when you're picking that bucket up or box up or whatever it might be. But that companion doll weight, you're going to have a booty here. You're going to have breasts here. You're going to have legs over here. You're going to have arms. And just them being apart from each other, it distributes the weight in a crazy way. I know whenever I pick Saima up, you know, I feel stuff in my body and my back and things that I don't feel picking up like a heavy box, because it's making your body move like this. You're not just picking something up and concentrating on it with it being right in front of you, or you being able to hold it in your arms. It's distributed like that, because I know even moving my girls in the bed, like once I get them in the bed, especially Saima, because she's heavy, I move her a little bit at a time. And I found that picking her up and just moving her slightly to the left or right, it can literally throw your back out. And a heavy box doesn't react to my body doesn't react like that to something that's heavy. Or even a heavy piece of furniture, you know, I haven't reacted to it like I will my companion dog. So I think the weight distribution to me can make it worse on you if you're not taking your time. And that's what I always have said. If you're moving your companion doll around, the biggest advice I can give you is two things. Clear the path before you ever pick her up. I've forgotten a couple of times, and boy, it's messed up once you get your doll in your hands and you realize you didn't move something out the way. So clear your path and go slow and slower. You got to take your time. So if he thinks it's easier or better on you weight-wise, we disagree. Because although that physics might work with something different, like let's just say you got I'm not even sure about the physics, but let's just say a log, if you pick it up in the center or something, maybe you can pick it up better with it being 98 pounds as opposed to a box. I don't know, maybe you could do that. But I know one thing, that would probably still be harder to do than picking up a box, because each end of that damn log would be moving. And so it's to each his own. I'll say that, but for me, it's harder. Austin still says, I can't recall if I've ever told you this story. Oh, I love this. He said, but I'll bring it up since it's relevant to the video. This Austin Steele. He said, Ruby was given to me as a freebie due to Addison arriving with neck damage. So he got his dog Ruby for free. He said she arrived FedEx, and that's where the story should have ended. He said about 3 days later, he got another knock on the door, and the FedEx driver said, I got another large box out here for you. And he said, I should have told them I wasn't expecting anything and had them return it to the sender. He said, but out of curiosity, he accepted it. And it didn't occur to him until after he unboxed the dog, they sent him a thick Jasmine Shakira dog. That's the famous WM dog that I was looking at when I was first getting my WM dog because I didn't know about weight. And that was a dog that I used to look at years ago. And if I ever was a dog owner when that dog came out, I would have got her. Luckily, I didn't because I didn't know I didn't want a dog that thick. But he said it was a mix-up at the factory. They basically sent it to him by mistake. He said he let the vendor know, and they told him to box her back up, and so they could come get her. He said, but just from lifting her from the box to the bed and then back into the box, he said, dude, I've never worked up this sort of sweat in my life. And the Shakira dog should be heavier than my dog, Saima. But that's how I felt when I got Saima. As far as like, I was like, man, if I did want to have sex with her, I would have to take a long break because, man, you're going to be tired just getting her in any type of position. He said, what's better is some of my boys online were in Discord. He said, hearing it all go down. And one of them was jokingly saying I should keep her. And I remember saying along the lines, even if I could handle the weight, she's not my type. And he said, so back in the box she went, and I arranged for FedEx to come get her. He said, I salute anyone out there who owns or has interest in the bigger girls, but thankfully my preference is for petite hourglass-shaped ladies. He says they have his back, I guess. Oh, he said, thankfully my preference is for petite hourglass-shaped ladies, has his back saying, thank the Lord. That's what he said. And I appreciate that whole story. I already know that Shakira dog was heavy as hell, especially if you're not into thick dogs. That's one of the heavier dogs you can get. And a lot of people would have said, keep the dog. Now, he could have kept the dog and sold it. But I can't lie. I commend him because that would have, that's bad karma, man. Hey, look, he could have kept it, but he was the bigger person and told them they made a mistake. And for his personal taste, he didn't want it. He would have had to sell it. But he's right. These bigger girls, they ain't for everybody, man. I promise you. They are not for everybody. I said a great story, and you did the right thing. Because I do think he did the right thing. Edmund says discipline is required for the dog game. Your dog will thank you as well as your future self. And I think he was referring to the fact that in that video, I was talking about how I didn't want to take, I don't know what it was. I think he was probably referring to the fact that I said I didn't want to, and sometimes I don't be wanting to pick her up and, things of the nature because she heavy. And I think, I don't know, I might have said something about taking her back. I say even, it's child. Oh, I said sometimes it's even her being so big, I might not even want to take her back there for her bath sometimes, but I know I got it, I got to do it despite the weight. And I think that's what he meant by discipline is required for the dog game. Oh, no, I said, I know what it was. I said, you know what? She's so heavy that, and I said, now that I have her out, I don't want to put her up. That's what I said. I said, but if I skip giving her bath, it could turn into 2 or 3 times down the road, and I don't want to do that. And that's what he said. Discipline is required for the dog game. Your dog would thank you as well as your future self. And I said, discipline is definitely needed because you can easily start slipping up on your care, man, starting to try to make sense out of it. Nope. You got to stay disciplined. Like Dante says, in this dog game, you got to stay disciplined. The Lieutenant Johnny K says, great video, Jay. In a way, it's like your girls help you work out. They do, but boy, these big ones, they give you a workout in a whole different type of way. Look, you may not want that type of workout, brother. I promise you. But they do keep you in shape. If you want to move them around, you're going to be in shape. Withering says, more to love. Gave him the thumbs up. Universal says, I can't lie, boy. Hey, this show getting a little challenging now because it's getting hot up here. Oh, boy, I can't wait to call this guy with this show over. But Universal Red God says, have one that weighs 97 pounds and it's nothing to play around with. He said, even my 64 and 67 pound dogs I'll work out, but it's worth it. And he's right. Even my Kimber dogs, I always say that it ain't like they just the lightest in the world. All of them to me are some sort of work. But when you get up to the 98 pound territory, you working, brother. Now you working. I said, I definitely agree with you. Next, I made it out of that video. Oh, Lord Nemesis commented on one of my old videos, no baby mama drama. What happened on here? Let's see. Lord Nemesis said, J. Dog King dodged a bullet. Man, I dodged a couple of them, thank goodness. I gave him the thumbs up. Yeah, I definitely dodged a couple of bullets not having kids, man, and I'm just so happy that I did. I know kids are a blessing for some, but they were a blessing for me not to have them. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I just see everybody just is not supposed to have kids, in my opinion. Where is it at? I can't find it, guys. Because I'm supposed to be going to why I'm YouTube's public enemy number one. Okay, now this is going to be the video that's going to force me to talk about this for a quick second, and then I'm going to be done with this for the foreseeable future. But I made a video called Why I'm YouTube's public enemy number one because of some things that's going on behind the scenes with my videos and things of that nature. If you want to go look at that video, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about as far as commercials and things on my videos. And I was just basically saying how, man, my videos, they have never been deemed as bad. And I don't even do programming this. I have adult conversations, but nothing that should be getting hit up. But I really didn't want to do that show. Like I said earlier, I always talk about don't even speak the negative. Don't bring it up. When people talk about you, mess with you, leave the negative where it is. So I didn't even want to do that show. I was just going to let it happen in the background. But God just kept messing with me. And I'm sorry I keep wiping my face. But I'm sweating and it sort of make my face itch when it sweat like that. But God just kept messing with me, telling me, nah, Jay, I'm sorry. You got to bring this particular issue to light. Just, I don't want you going on here going crazy or nothing, but you have to actually talk about this. Because I kept thinking about another show I wanted to do, and I could not do anything but the public enemy number one show. And I was just talking about how, man, I see these girls half naked and things of that nature, and I see certain censorship. And I said, you know what? I know sooner or later that YouTube and just the world in general, they're going to begin to open their eyes. But for right now, I understand it's just a few things I may have to go through. And so even though I may be public enemy number one, like I said in the video, guess what? You're never ever going to see another bad guy like this, man. You know what I'm saying? I could pull my Scarface out. I was like, you know what? I'm going to keep persevering. So Brandon Anderson said, it's a shame how sometimes people just don't understand us. I've been dealing with that this week, but now I have to remember, I only have to listen to me. And I know where I stand. I shouldn't have to worry about whatever people think to please them. As long as I'm doing what I know is true to myself, it shouldn't matter if someone else gets upset. They can suck a lollipop for all I care. Much love, Jay. I'm sure God will open any doors and windows for you as he leads. And I said, God bless you, my friends. The doors are already open. Opposition is a part of the journey. And I'm gonna read all these, but I appreciate everybody for the encouragement. I thank you all. But I promise you, I didn't make that video because I was upset or worried. You know, I just made that video because God actually wouldn't even let me move forward without making it. For what, and I said, dang, he just must need this to be out here for some reason, whether it's to help somebody or whether it's for to be seen at a later time. Because like I said, I never want to say anything to garner you guys even wondering whether I, needed you to lift me up, but I still appreciate you lifting me up. Tendraft says, hate to hear this, King, but just keep doing what you do and things will work out. Keep on rocking. I said, thanks, my friend. Going forward, not backwards, baby. DAS says, yeah, bro, they censor people hard on this platform. If you don't fit the narrative, a lot of creators are already setting up on shop on other platforms in anticipation of when they ban all questionable content on here and limiting what they put on here as well. Hope you figure it out. Hate to lose you and your message. I said, luckily, God's plan is already in motion, my friend. You won't be losing me anytime soon. I don't have to figure it out. And I mean in the good way, DAS. Luckily, I don't have to. I appreciate you and everything you saying. But luckily, I don't have to figure it out, man. God got to figure it out. It says believe, then receive, not receive, then believe, So that means I already believe he done worked it out. The blessings is already on the way. I probably can't see it, but it's already happening. And man, I was just tripping off this whole situation. It's been so many little things that have happened to me over the last year, little things, and I've been able to stay strong, happy through it all. But one of the biggest things I've been so proud of and happy about is just, man, the platform on YouTube and just, like you say, growing and fighting through all the adversity and, finally actually getting monetized and, YouTube showing me the love and, things of that nature as far as like, hey, look, tell your message. So I think the enemy really just wanted to find something that would stop me from wanting to come to you guys. I really believe that's what it was. It's just another test. And I'm like, no. Gotta find a way for my dream to get funded. But one thing I'm going to do is keep coming and keep doing what I love to do. Because I never was motivated by a dollar sign that I could make. Never. Like I said, I never started this thinking about, yeah, I'm going to make $1 million. No, I never started that even thinking about that. But now that this is all I want to do in my life, of course, I need to make money to survive and keep on going and doing what I love to do. But luckily, luckily, money is a part of the motivation as far as it's going to be a part of the dream, but it's not the dream. Thank you, goodness. So the enemy still lost because he couldn't demotivate me by trying to take away something like that from me. Let me see. Did he say anything else? Oh, yeah, I said God to figure it out. NYC says, keep doing your thing, bro. As long as you're happy, that's all that matters. I said, thank you and God bless. He opens the doors at the right time. And he said, sure enough. Eric Wade, hold on. Yeah, he said, sure enough. Eric Wade says, I remember when YouTube deleted the channel that TFM set up for his dog, Celestina. It was mainly a maintenance and care channel, although sometimes she'd read and comment on news articles. He said, when it comes to YouTube and most other social media, is the old Japanese saying goes, the nail that sticks up gets hammered. That make me laugh because, hey, I'm going to have to stick up. He said, good luck, JDKH. I hope none of the people at YouTube get a B in their bunny when it comes to your stellar channel. Your stellar channel. Thank you, Eric. I said, thanks, my friend. And we'll outlast the storm. I'm not worried about it. Somebody said something about being on other venues. I do got my channel linked with Odyssey. I never honestly even hardly go over there to check on it, but every time I put a video on YouTube, it is actually on Odyssey as well. This funny to me. David Lee says, Jay, you know why you got demonetized? Because you didn't put Susan in the he said, because I didn't get a Susan TPE doll. She's fuming angry. That make me laugh. Susan is the CEO of YouTube. I said Susan and just laughed because Susan, that would make me laugh. No offense to Susan, but I wouldn't want a dog like she. I'm sorry. I love you, Susan. Thank you, though. I ain't gonna even say nothing else. Blue CCG says, so sorry to hear this, Health. Is there someone at YouTube you could talk to? I already, I said what God led me to say. I'm not going to say anything else. I'm going to leave that alone. I'm going to just keep on fighting my fight. I'm going to keep on going forward. He said, can you find any rules that lay out what you can and can't do? That's the thing. I've been obeying the rules, and they pretty much, said I was going by the rules, but for whatever reason, like I say, it's just the enemy. I can't worry about it. He said, praying for you, brother. And thank God your prayers are already answered. I said, I'm actually not doing anything wrong. God will make a way, my friend. We all have to keep going forward. God will make a way. Power Brother said, it's jealous women that are coming for you, Jay. They don't want to have us to have options. You making me laugh. I said, ha ha ha. They can't catch me, my friend. If it is them, they can't. Hey, they can't. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. Kevin Gray says, keep your head high, peeps. Path is still there. Keep pushing. And that's the thing. I appreciate the encouragement. But I'm human. So, as humans, I don't want to sell you a dream. Guys, when you're going down this belief train, believing in yourself, believing in the thing that God put in your heart, I promise you, the human part of you is going to want to fight against your spiritual side, believe me. But you got to keep fighting against that human part. So, yes, sometimes my human part want to jump up and do what he said, basically hold my head down. But nope, my head didn't go down once because my spiritual side wouldn't allow it. It said, nope, keep going forward. Just like he said, the path is still there. Lord Nemesis said, J. Dog King, Susan of YouTube is upset because you didn't include her in the scent competition. They threw Susan back out there. I said, you might be right, my good friend Susan. Susan might have wanted to get her vagina judged. But nah, I'm going to leave Susan out of it. Look, I might bark up a few trees, but I ain't even bark up that tree right now. Maybe a long time in the future, I might actually mess with my friend Susan. RJam says, I have a beautiful Chinese-looking luxury doll. I would like to join you on YouTube. So now there will be another dog guy. I don't even know what he means by that, but if you want to do YouTube, do YouTube. I'm going to tell you something. Don't ever title what you want to do to what somebody else want to do. Do it for what you want to do. Because when you're doing stuff for what somebody else want to do, guarantee it's not going to last long. So with all this said, what else do we got? Man, we pretty much at the end. I got one more video. It's called that I got comments on, and that's Outlast Adversity. Well, now I got another one that came in after this. Hold on. I missed this one. Maria and the Ghost Monkey. No, I got that one. Where is it at? I think this is it. Hold on. Yep. Outlast Adversity. And that video was basically after everything that had happened during the week and things of that nature. I was like, you know what? God always uses things for a reason. I started getting a message in my spirit about, hey, tell people to outlast any adversity to come their way. And that's when I did that Reset Sunday. And Real HMM says, checking in, brother. I always look forward to these videos. I said, thank you and God bless. Withering Liberal says, love Reset Sunday. And this week, I actually had some adversity I needed to outlast. See, that's how God works. I said, thanks and God bless you, my friend. It makes me happy when I get a message that somebody is really going through something. Blue CCG says, really wonderful and uplifting video. This spoke to my spirit. I said, thank you and God bless you. Once again, makes me feel great. Heavy Melder says, keep up the good fight. He said, God only allows you to go through what you have the ability to overcome. As for me, I'm not going to go through YouTube for supporting your mission. I'm considering your mission as part of my tithe and will do so directly where you get 100% of my offering. Heavy was a part of my team, the team within the team, but I appreciate him for his service. Appreciate him. And I thank him for still being a subscriber and a supporter. And that's why I say, hey, I would love for a lot of people to become part of the Dog King Army team, the team within the team. But if you are on the outside looking in, you still want to donate and just watch, support, whatever you want to do, you are welcome. And I appreciate you. And I'm not going to ridicule you for the way you decide to support me. I appreciate you in every way you do it. I said, love you, my friend. I appreciate your support no matter how you choose to do so. God bless you. And the last comment, I really don't, I'm going to bring it up, but I don't love it, but it's worth bringing up. Ching Long asked me what was the WM head that I used for Arsenal sitting next to me. And it's a question that I'm just going to be honest with you. I don't like answering. I really don't like that question at all. I mean, I'm not mad at him for asking or anybody for asking me. You wouldn't know that I don't like to answer that. So I'm not mad at him. I'm talking about that question. I hate answering it. I hate answering that question or how much my dogs cost. 2 reasons. Because if I was a normal, that's another thing. For one, I'm not a normal dog owner anymore. If I didn't have this station and I was talking to somebody before I got my dog and they asked me maybe what dog I was interested in or what head I was going to choose, I might readily tell them. But now I can't do that because I want anything I get to be a surprise to you guys. So I can't tell you, hey, I'm thinking about getting this dog or that dog. No, it's going to be a surprise. But for 2, I don't like talking about the dogs that I have as far as, I tell you the brand, because everybody, I've talked about that before, but I don't love talking about it, but I have to. But as far as how much they cost, they've sort of entered the realm of my fantasy now. And I don't even like thinking about it. You know, now that they're here, I don't even like, it's just something else that almost reminds you of them not existing in your fantasy to a certain degree. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't want to even bring them back to reality and talk about my particular girl. I talk about a girl that I don't own, but I don't want to talk about how much I paid for my particular girl. It just, to me, it just starts getting in the way of my fantasy. As far as the head, once again, I never answered him when he asked me what head it was. I told him this. I said, you can use my link on Sexy Real Sex Dolls in my about section, and you can go look up WM heads. You'll find her towards the bottom. I didn't even really want to tell him that because she's a WM head, and hey, guess what? Now you can go look. But on Sexy Real Sex Dolls, they don't have every WM head. So remember that if you ever buy a doll from any of these vendors, go look on WM's real site and see their big full list of heads before, and they can always request the head you want. I didn't even know that at the beginning. I just chose from Sexy Real Sex Dolls selection. But and once again, I ain't mad at Ching Long in, but I'm just telling you why I didn't want to tell him. But when he asked me what head it was, I just sent him where to go look. Because I know a lot of you have come on here and said, hey, Jay, I'm looking at getting 266. I'm looking at getting 299. I'm looking at getting 550, whatever head you might be interested in. Because you're coming from the standpoint that I explained. If I was a normal dog owner without a channel, just living in my privacy, I would feel cool with coming on here telling myself, hey, Jay, I'm thinking about getting this head, because I'm not going to surprise it to everybody. You know, it's just, I'm really just thinking about it getting to my house. But in my case, I'm going to surprise everybody. But the other thing is, it's the same thing with the Sleepy Hollow effect. I don't even want to think about her head number. I own her now. You know, she's my companion now. I don't even want to think about what head number she was. And when Ching Long, I should have told Ching Long I said, I should have told him, don't tell me what she is, but he came back and announced what she was, which I'm not going to even repeat. I already think I said it, but either way, but when he said that, I was just like, man, I don't want to know. You know, I don't want to know what number she is. You know, I want to stay in my fan. I don't think of my dogs as numbers once I get them. I don't think of them, you know, I'm cognizant of the brand, but that's about it. I don't want to think about what number they were, how much they cost. As soon as I get them, that stuff starts going out my brain. They start becoming a part of my fantasy. And like I say, Ching Long, I know, like I said, God bless him and everybody that's different than me. We are all different. There's no wrong. But I do remember, because Ching Long actually motivated me to make about 4 or 5 videos. He had so many good comments. But one of the things when he was talking about potentially getting rid of his dog for a human mate, I don't know how he feels now. So I'm not saying it's to judge Cash in his spirits. I'm just making a comment on what he's already previously said. But he was like, hey, man, I'm thinking about getting rid of my dog for a human mate. And I was telling him, see, we're different. At least to that day we were, because I'm like, I'm not getting rid of my dogs for a human mate under any circumstances, because I have that emotional connection with them. They're more than just things to me. I can't just get rid of them for a human mate. And so I do believe that Ching Long is still able to look at them more like things. So he, you know, and I think Ching Long, you can always come back and let me know if I'm off on this, but like you say, I'm only just going by the fact that you said you would be willing to potentially get rid of your dog for a human mate. And I'm just like, nah, man, I can't, you know, once I get the dog, I start feeling that connection with them where I don't want to think what they were. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want to think about it no more. And so that's the funniest part. Like, when I start getting my other girls, like, y'all are going to see and know what brand they are, but you're not going to know everything about these girls, because another thing about a dog owner is, no offense, like, if you end up trying to make your girl anything that looks like mine, that's fine if you try to guess, but I don't want to tell you everything my girl was. And that's just a dog owner type of thing in me. You know, even though Kimber dogs are all pretty much, they have different they have slight differences a little bit, but they're pretty much the all same make. I made a video where I said every Kimber dog is different. Well, all of them still have a slight difference, just a little difference. But unless you buy a different head, they can be all pretty much considered the same. Well, in the back of your head, it can bother you a little bit, just knowing that it's so many other dogs out there similar to yours. And that's why getting that, if that does bother you, getting the head can help. But with Callie, I don't know. I do love the Kimber dog face, and her particular Kimber dog face is one I really like. It's actually, I love my beautiful, sexy Tsunade, but I love Callie's face a little bit, the way it's made a little bit better. And so I didn't want to change her face out. Sometimes I still think whether I should have changed Tsunade's. I still think about that, even though I love her head. But I can see you wanting to change out the face in your dog, you know, when you have a Kimber dog. But that's why I didn't change Callie's out. It's because I really fell in love with her face. And when I seen Tsunade, it's just something that compelled me not to change her out. But you know what? I don't know. I don't know in the future would I ever change Tsunade. I think I'm just going to leave her as is as well, though. But with all that said, though, that was just the difference that I was trying to basically make between me and Ching Long. I didn't say with me and Ching Long, that ain't what I was trying to make. I was just trying to explain how I don't even like talking about the heads or costs of my dogs once I get them. For anybody that's ignorant of the dog game that asks me questions, of course I answer any questions about dogs and brands and things of that nature, though. And even with Ching Long, I still led him to where he could find the answer, which he did find it, because he responded and said he did find it. So with all that said, I did finish up all the questions. So now I can catch back up with you guys and see if I've been missing any good juicy stuff. And you know what? Then I can call my AC man and get cooled off, because, boy, hey, I thought it may be something wrong, but now I know, okay, it is something wrong, because it's definitely way harder in here than it should be. Let's see. Rocco Safredi says, I like dogs with a very big but 50 plus inch hip. I mean, 50 plus inches and hip. Well, you must be a big buff guy, Rocco, because a dog with an ass that big, which I don't even lie to. I don't know how big Sa'ima's is. Hers may be 50 inches. But I know me, if I had came across me before I had Sa'ima and I love that girl to death, I wouldn't have her because I would have known not to get a dog that big because she is so heavy. But she's so fine. She the type of girl I like, but look, she heavy, bro. The Soul King says Ricky has a good tutorial on lifting bigger dogs. Yeah, he does. I've seen it. But even with his tutorial, I still haven't done everything that he was showing me, showing you how to do with my dog Sa'ima, because I just have had no need to do that. Val says dog power. Val in the house. Evan Dante says the King's resolve has never been stronger. Yeah, you're right, Dantes. Emma Dante says your thumbnail is a projection of the future. You're exactly right, my friend. I'm glad you said that. He said, what if the circumstances called burpee Venti? Nah. Venti, the burping beauty. I love Venti. I promise you, man, I was thinking about it the other night. I said, how did she do this? How did Venti actually make me actually like and not have a crush on her? But I'm just saying, like, I really look, even right now, I'm frustrated that she haven't made a video in about 6 or 7 days because she put out like a piece of a video. I don't really do that as much. Sometimes maybe I should, but I'm always producing new content as of right now. So I don't go back and chop up my live streams because sometimes there's some funny stuff that happens in these live streams that I could just like chop up and re-put out. But she put out something like that yesterday. But hey, I can't lie. Yesterday it really hit me. I said, I can't believe this damn Venti actually worked on me to the point where I'm like, where is she? I'm ready to see her. But I can't lie. I hope this ain't true. I did have a small thing in my head to say, oh my God, Venti could be pregnant. Oh, and Edmond Dantes, I forgot you won today, bro. I don't know if you even still here. You won today. And I ain't gonna lie, I couldn't find my old list before the show started, so I don't know if you won more than once or not. But hey, you did win going for the new dog competition. Val says, I want to buy a Cecil face for your birthday so you can put it on one of the dogs. No, I would not put no Cecil on my dog. Oh, I forgot, Val. Ain't you a girl? Because I don't know what it is about your picture. It always make me think you a Val, are you the girl? Man, that's the one thing I haven't seen yet. Comic book. Man, I hate you checking in right before I'm probably finna get out of here. But thank you, Comic Book. He came in with the $5. Comic Book. He always contributed, man. I love Comic Book. It ain't showing up yet, though. There you go. But yeah, man, thank you, Comic Book. He said JDKH. Thank you, Comic Book. I didn't see the very last episode of Kenobi, man, because I don't know what was happening. Yesterday, it wouldn't come up on my stream. When I was trying to look at it. But I've seen enough that has me so pissed off that I'm not going to even go into it now. I say it's some stuff that I know y'all probably have seen Anna's streams and other people talk about what's happening, but y'all ain't seen my stream. So once I get this air pumped up again, I might end up having to do a stream about it either this weekend or something because I saw something that got me so pissed off. Okay, but who was it then? It's another one that's a girl. Can't think of who it is. You know what? I mean, it's slipping my mind. I hate that my brother, he great with names, but it was this one that used to pop in here all the time because at first I thought she was a guy. But either way. Johnny says, I'll be the winner of these one day. Oh, yeah, you will, Johnny. He said, it's just a pic of me when I was younger. I can't even hardly see that pic, Val. I'm going to be honest with you. He said, see me on Instagram with the beard. Then he said Sheila Aliens. I don't know what he talking about, Sheila Aliens. But Sheila Aliens is a I can't even get into her again because once again she may be in his next scent competition. But he did bring her up for whatever reason. But thank you, comic book. This whole show, man, was about me being thankful for being into the dog game. I started out talking about how many different ways it is to be in a dog game, how I'm happy to be in a dog game. Look, nothing against human women, but it's just great to be in this game. I talked about some human women to open. I talk about Chris and Maya. I can't lie, she been looking a lot better on her streams. I always said she looked great in the morning time, though. I've been seeing her pump up her workouts on Instagram. They got me laughing. I talk about Anna and how Anna is one of the worst even though she does well with her calendar, her marketing is terrible. She needs to stop. I'm sorry. I know that they even talk about it on the Jack Show. I'm just being honest. It's never good for a woman that's got the sex appeal, that's selling her sex appeal. Comic book. Thank you, brother. He came in again. Love you, brother. He said, we are thankful for you, JD Cage. Man, I'm thankful for all of y'all. I appreciate you. But I was telling Anna, I said, her marketing is terrible. I say, no man wants to hear the woman talking about either getting married. We don't want to see you getting married if we got fantasies about you. We don't want to hear about your funky boyfriend. We don't want to hear about a guy you got a crush on. Shut up. Keep it quiet. Make the money. Let people believe what they want to believe. So I did say that about Anna, because I ain't gonna lie, Anna be making me go on tangents. Because I was looking at her stream the other day. I was in the stream about 5 minutes. Yeah, my boyfriend bought me some. I said, I normally stick around even through the Peaches talking stuff, but I left yesterday just on principle. I said, Anna, don't nobody want to hear you talk about your damn boyfriend. And second thing, just the other thing that pissed me off about, I said about Anna. She always does these shows like she RPM. She does a show where you don't see her. No offense, Anna. Ain't nobody tuning in your damn channel so they can't see your face. Hell, I watched several shows. I can't lie, because she does like Venti tricks you into watching it. But I click over there so I can see the cuteness, so I can see a bust, and I may not stay for the whole thing, but that's what I'm tuning in for first. Don't nobody want to see these damn shows where you hide. So I got on Anna about that. I got on her about her bad marketing, and then I got on her about, will you show a damn booty shot? I'm so sick of these damn breast shots. I don't know what to do. You cute, but Jesus, will you show somebody the butt shots on Instagram? It's just ridiculous. You don't know come on. Get with the program, woman. Learn how to market. Jeez. Then I talked about about my Venti. Oh my gosh, I'm sick of her. But she didn't. I'm sorry, guys. Whenever I do the Venti report, which I might put some space in between the next Venti report, it may be 2 weeks, because I'm not going to let Venti keep roping me in. But Venti, she's already made me like her a lot more than I thought I would be liking her. And look, she even looked cuter than me than she used to look at the beginning. So I said, oh my God, I'm done with Venti. I'm done with her. I'm going to stop looking at her for a second. But either way, be careful watching her, guys. She can rope you in. Even talking crazy, she can rope you in. But I did say this. I said, I'm actually sort of missing the Venti stream. Oh my God. Because she hadn't done a live one in about 7 or 8 days. So I'm actually looking forward to her doing one of them pretty soon. But but the last thing is, I said Venti could be pregnant. And if she is, that's going to be one hell of a Venti report right there. I'm going to go crazy. I'm going to laugh. So with all this said, I'm sorry you came a little late to the party, comic book. I appreciate you though, brother. I appreciate the contributions, man. Look, this show needs it. It needs all the support it can get. It needs all the likes it can get. It needs all the subscriptions it can get. And I just want to send blessings out to everybody that's watching, that has watched. May you have abundance. May God open a path up for you. Look, I'm sweating, but may he keep you cool, baby. Like I said, we praying for abundance everywhere in your future. It's been a hell of a fun time. We talked about the dog game. We talked about some human ladies. We talked about all the opinions on my video. We talked about dog care. Comic book came in with some great contributions here. I appreciate that. So look, it's all been love. We didn't have fun for the day. I could keep going. I'm going to be honest with you, because I could get into some of that Star Wars talk. I could get into this other video that I wanted to show you guys. I'm trying to think. Is it a picture or something I wanted to show you before I get out of here? I'm trying to think. It seemed like it's something that was slipping my mind. Let me check something right quick, because look, right before I run up out of here, it seemed like it was something on Insta I wanted to show y'all. And normally I have everything written down, but I think the heat got me distracted. But if I can't find what I think I know what it was. Let me see. Ooh, wait. I can't wait to do this other show. Oh, man, it's going to be a great. Nah, hold on. I don't want to show y'all this. I will share this, though, before I get out of here. And y'all to see some more of this, though. Only because this is something that I've sort of said, I've sort of hinted at, but it's good to see this in the flesh. So I'm gonna leave y'all with this. And we're gonna get the hell out of here. Because like I said, I already know that some people don't even make it to the end of everything, you know. You can have your staunchest followers not make it to the end of a video. So everybody won't see this. So y'all guys who are here will see this again at some point. But this is just so important to me. I mean, I think it's super important, actually. But I always talk to you guys about how, man, hey, we really don't know anything in this world. Like, you know, like I said, it's cool to seek knowledge, but it's also good to know at the end of the day. And this ain't the exact, I was looking for something else, but this one is important too. I said it's good to seek knowledge, but at the end of the day, man, we don't know as much nearly as we think we might know. It's so much more to learn as far as universal knowledge. But I just thought it was important that Albert Einstein said this: imagination is more important than knowledge. You can read all the books you want to read, but if you ain't got imagination, it's sort of what I've been saying, man. You ain't got nothing. And like you said, they try to teach that out of us. They try to, by the time you get 18, if you ain't made it in something creative, they want you to give up on that and just start pounding a hammer somewhere. I said, nah, bro. That's the thing. They trick all of us into thinking that you shouldn't have imagination. Now, even Albert Einstein said it. Imagination is more important than knowledge. So it wasn't nothing major, just something I wanted to show you guys before I got the hell out of here. And I appreciate you, comic book. You know, I hate that you caught me at the very end, but once again, I just want to throw that back up there. He did 2 of them with a total of $10, man. I thank you, comic book, for the support. I thank you all you guys for being here with me. It sort of started out a little slow. Only a couple of people were here because everybody was looking at Mayor, and everybody was looking at Mayor face. Like I said, I may try to do as good a job as I want to, but I can't out sexy Anna or Mayor or any of them. Hey, look, they all gonna be able to out sexy me. So I'm just gonna keep on putting in the work, and I appreciate anybody that comes over and spends a little time on the channel. Hopefully, we'll all grow a little bit more in a positive way. So with all that said, God bless you guys. Have a good one. I appreciate you. Hit like, subscribe if you haven't. But as of now, it's been me, Jada Akeem Hefner, and the beautiful Asana Moon. We are out. Man, God, look, hold up. Before I go, look, man. I never did put my banner up. Let me put the banner up. Okay, I'm out here, guys.